They know that the world is waiting for that big comeback once again. Doesn't
I'm
begin
stressed.
with this match all the way through the lower bracket.
Yeah, they've got a long run through the lower bracket. They've got a very difficult opponent to start things off as well, but these guys have had a lot of time to prep. They've had 2 weeks and they're starting to play their way into form through a lot of those group stage games towards the tail end of things. They look like they're better and better, and they look like they're really embracing a different style of playing that
Right,
fits
guys,
a lot of
I
their
might not
strengths.
I love
get
that zoom
too
out, by
much
the way,
while
when
the
they
game is
zoomed out
going
and you
on.
saw Devi kind of in the middle cracking his neck.
I'm just gonna
Man,
watch,
What a
bro.
way to start off a series
I'm
here.
stressed,
Yeah.
but
So intimidating, so
100%.
scary.
Very, very
I don't know,
scary. You
bro.
he might go fishing and
I'm
bring
just-
up like a big giant fish.
I'm stressed.
No,
Okay, let's go, let's go.
Devi is a fisherman.
Brick by brick, Morgan.
Brick
Come on,
by
man.
brick.
Sorry,
Keep
my
up.
bad. Let me look
Keep up,
at you.
man.
Going
Brick by
into
brick.
Map Meadows, we're going into Fracture first.
Yes, we are, and it's going to be interesting. I mean, again, like you said, PRX, that's a comfort pick into a T1 that has played quite a lot of Fracture. They played a lot of great teams on Fracture. We did see, I believe these two teams played Fracture against each other in kickoff, if I'm not misremembering, but it was completely different comps back then. You had double duelists for T1. They were running the Neon Rays back then, and I believe PRX was still kind of struggling with what roles to fit in this team, and it was before they brought Patman in.
Yeah, very much so. We've only really seen PRX lose this map to Boom, but apart from that, it's very clear to see why they want to pick this. It's pure comfort.
And look at that! We have a familiar face
Oh, it's
on
pretty-
stage.
pretty-
Mind Freak, of
pretty
course,
sweet.
joining the rest
I mean-
of the team. He is back here in Pacific. And of course, you can see our predictions here. Mostly
Fight it
favoring Paper X, but I would say the percentage with regards to voting this, it's 49-51, maybe a 0.59, whatever in there.
Wow.
Wow, the viewers agreeing with us as well. I think
Ooh.
predicting for PRX to win is a bit of a disservice to what T1 have accomplished. They're the current reigning world champions. Yes, they're very shaky in Pacific, but these guys really clutch up when the pressure is on, and they've got their backs
Oh,
against the wall
God.
in the lower bracket.
Why
with
is
the
this so
star-studded
stressful? I'm
roster.
only
I really
watching,
think
I'm not
that
even
they
playing.
should be the favorites in this series right now.
I'm going to say it.
Why
PRX
is it
have
like
plot
this?
armor. There's no way they do not crush
The
out of the lower bracket.
main character.
Like this.
But come on, Stacks, Buzz.
True. They're pretty armored up guys.
Yeah,
Can't
no,
lie.
there's plot armor there as well. And do you really want to be up? I don't want to face Angry Buzz, right? An elimination. But of course, Paper X, they have no choice but to. T1, they have so many good players here. And let's not forget Meteor as well. He can be so deadly. And as we're seeing right now, our oppositions going into Fracture.
PRX changing up a lot. Something's on the Brimmy. You got
What?
Batman thrown over onto the breach, and they're playing double duelist here. Forsaken and Jing. So actually, they're playing kind of the comp, a similar-ish comp to what T1 was playing against them in kickoff.
I
Big
don't
changes here. I think there's a lot
know
of comfort
what
here for
we're
the PRX guys.
cooking
Over on the
right
side
now.
of T1, they're not changing anything, which really worries me. PRX have had 2
don't
weeks to
know.
lead up to this
I don't
game,
know, but
2
okay.
weeks to plan, 2 weeks to anti-strap, and T1 are coming in with that same composition, where it's PRX who are the ones who are making the change. I mean, I'm definitely a little bit worried that T1 might be too predictable
see.
heading into this.
Let's see.
I think though that
Hey,
T1, they
listen,
played a lot of
if we're
quality teams
confused,
on this map. They've
T1's
played a lot of
confused
reps.
too.
They've got 10 reps on Fracture this
They
year
don't know
in
what we're
both
cooking.
Bangkok, kickoff, and now in stage
Just
1.
wait,
so
we
they
got
can be
this.
very adaptable.
Somehow.
They played a lot of games to where they've
Confused,
had to
but-
face a lot of different styles. So I'm not too worried that
my
they're going to
God.
lack adaptability in this first map.
Well, I don't know. That
Ow.
just made it even more difficult to predict who is going to take Fracture. But let's see what our casters think. Pass it over to Quack and Komodo.
Thank you very much, Mika. Yes, the desk brings up good points, but that said, this is still an elimination
You
match.
lose?
You had a
Why?
pretty good point yourself, Komodo.
Yeah, I got a new point though.
fine.
These guys, they don't know their build diff teams
My
whatsoever.
YouTube stream
Pilsky
today,
is
I'm
saying
trying
Forsaken,
something new.
and Big Time is saying
By
Jing
co-
on the
like,
smokes.
sorry, what's it
Nah,
called?
how about
Dual
something
streaming on
doing
YouTube,
first
so we can
ever
save,
smokes
like,
on the
the
brimstone,
videos.
folks. That's
Watch parties on
something
YouTube.
new.
That's true.
It exists forever, right? If
It
it's
really makes you question, like, why are they picking this? But,
Who
you know,
knows?
you do.
Point shoot.
It allows you to
That's
put,
nice.
you know, the Forsaken and Jing back on their comfort.
Because on
duel
Twitch, it
zone.
doesn't
For
last
sure, for
forever.
sure. And I
Unless
mean,
we
I'm looking at
highlight it,
history,
but
I'll
even
take
on
you guys
Twitch,
down
there's like a
at
limit of
True
how
memory
much.
lane right now. What did 2024
bot times or
entail
whatever
for
you
us
call
with
it?
the Paper Rex team? Well,
Yeah.
they were second in the grand finals for kickoff, right? So they game runners up. Stage 1, well, they won that one. They got the grand final dub. Stage 2, well, they bowed out in
Cheers.
third. Come 2025, I'm turning my head. I'm throwing my hands up. Paper Rex, where are you? You scraped by into the playoffs here, but is this where it's going to be done again?
That's the thing, Komodo. I'm gonna have to tell you exactly where, because throughout the
go restarting.
entirety of 2025, the
You
very
guys
first
are-
loss that PaperX received was dealt by T1. this being an elimination match between two
Oh,
teams,
stop saying
between
that.
lots of players who have so much history between them. It all starts off right
Oh,
here.
God.
PRX on the attack, on towards north side.
All of them up at north side as well. It's Buzz, it's Izu over towards Dish, and they want to go for the fight. Look at this one, everyone's trying to do it.
The salvos, though, they have punished on towards at least one player until Forsaken trades right back, but low HP, and Izu happily collects.
And Jing's on 3. Meanwhile, Forsaken, full HP, but they got to go back and get the spike, and now they're smoked off. How do you even get through this one?
Maybe you start off by going back into spawn. Ooh.
I mean, maybe you click the... Can we start again? Start over, reset.
Reset. Yeah, I had a tech issue. No,
Damage done. Sorry, mate.
It is what it is.
What a good start.
What it is. And right now it's looking like T1 are going to be able to come away with the round, unless they have some big mistakes here. Sylvan's low, Izu's low, but it is the double duelists, and there's 0 pieces of utility that they're going to be able to run in with.
Unless Jing finds 2 miraculous kills, or maybe a bit of mobility for Forsaken, but right now that's a quick tell. Smoked off, Forsaken finds the first frag. He's done things like these before, but the shot's eluding him for now. He tries to slide into safety, picks up the Sheriff, but still
$500, Jason!
Watch out for the shots through the smoke.
Okay, not too good of a start.
It's a quick and clean kill from Meteor.
Yeah, if Izu didn't go and try to hunt down Forsaken for the last one, he would have been finding himself an ace, but I think his job was done. He got the trade, or got traded at least at the end there, leaving really no space for Forsaken to come out with anything. Some really sensational damage early on delivered by the salvos and all the utility towards Dish, and then, yeah, it's just kind of, Izu getting the kill and then playing together as a unit for the last kill on a Forsaken. So pistol round, it doesn't work out for the PRX lads. They're going to take a knee here as well.
What do you mean is it done? We just started.
Really anything of a force up.
Okay, $1,000 next time if that ever happens again.
Shields in here for Forsaken.
That work?
And
God, I'm so nervous. I feel like I need to take a shit, dude.
North and south side, closer towards B, where clearly a lot of the
I wish I'm joking about my stomach's actually hurting right now. God damn.
Into safety.
He does get taken out by Divide.
Okay.
Maybe a second one on a Meteor if they're
Make it
able to
expensive
try
for
and
them.
flush him out on the site, which they do manage
We
to
got
do
a
so
Spectre.
successfully.
Wait up.
Start
What?
to look for a bit of a plant here, though. Maybe you're giving up a bit of the goods in this 3 versus 3.
Yeah, Izu, he's been on one. It's only 2 rounds right now, but still very much so aware, and you also have the utility coming back in as well. Outlaw off towards north side, and, well, you've gotten what you came for. So the Spike Planet is all it really is. Well, down to the off angles as well. It's tough shots, something trying to trace it across the head, but still it's Buzz.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing that we're going to look to for something, right? Like we were talking about for Jing in the early installments of this map for PRX this stage. It's playing on towards the Brimstone. You drop your smokes and utility,
don't cry,
and then
not
you're just
yet.
shooting, right? You're trying
We're
to
not
shoot the
cooked, we're
opponent.
fine.
So having somebody who's quite sharp on
Unless
that
we
role is
we
not
lose the next
necessarily
round, then
a bad thing when you
I'm
have
gonna
to contend
take a
with
nap. I
Fracture
can't.
in the map pool. For the people that don't like it, it's gone soon and Sunset's coming back in, for what it's worth.
Well, it's one of those things again. A lot of public outcry, but that said,
If we lose this
down
round,
to
I'm
the
gonna go
agents
eat
as
shit,
well.
bro.
I mean, could there be
I'ma
little
take a
bit
shit
of,
first and then eat it.
discomfort right now with the utility down? You know, he does go into duelist mode, but so far not being able to come up with too much. T1 meanwhile, pushing out of tree.
Timing here right now, tagged on up, finished up. Only
what
Divide was
the
at south
hell?
side. Rest of the squad for PRX over at
Nah,
the north
I'm
side
done.
of the map. And this is the bonus round, remember, as well. So smoking them off on Dish. It's going to be pretty hard for them to get on in. They've got no real drone ability, but they're going to go.
No, I'm not done, I
Well,
trust.
slides under.
Nice.
Fine stacks. Buzz
Nice.
also denied. And down to the trades, Izu not able
Okay,
to find
3v2.
too much reprieve for
One
the rest
Spectre,
of
one
T1.
rifle.
So
God,
just
why?
down to the final 2, but can't really count them out.
Incendiary for Sylvan, flash for Meteor. But it is a 2 versus 3.
Okay. And also the door being propped open.
Okay.
Decent
Thank
trades. Down to just Sylvan, who has already sent over the Incendiary, so PRX kind of has an inkling. Petman
He has a
kind of
Spectre.
swiveling around, does get found out, and it's down to the final kill, and Jing
biffs it. What?
It feels like Jing found the hard frags in the round, but couldn't get the easy one at the end. The submachine gun of Sylvan getting the job done, which means the bonus round goes the way of T1.
What did I say? Oh my god, I'm gonna take a shit and eat it!
You know, kind
I'll do it after! Let us win first!
At that point, and then you explode
I'll
right on
eat the
out.
freaking shit water! I'll drink the shit water, dude! If we win the damn game!
For the clutch that comes through
we actually lost that?
from the likes of Sylvan. I mean, W Gaming, they got into the site, they were running around with their heads.
Okay.
And finding all the T1s, but yeah, just
God.
couldn't get the job done at the end. Red Bull clutch at 4 T1. That hurts.
So much so, definitely gasping for air off a play like that. Well, PRX, that said, now down
Why is
the
this
economy.
happening?
T1 finding so much confidence to peek out. Remember, this is PRX's map pick, and now they're getting pushed back by salvos. They flash back against Buzz, though, but he's still able to hold down the line.
Yeah, you still got to
I'm going
remember
to cry.
that a team like T1,
I might cry.
they can still know how to play this map, right? They can still fashion a good victory, but as
What?
I say that, these
Okay,
pistols,
wait!
I mean, let's just have a scrap battle.
Full scrap, PRX comes out on top of the brawl.
2 versus
One
3.
rifle.
Again,
We have a
no
pew
quack,
pew.
so you got to
We
get
have
the
a
plan
sheriff.
down. You got to contend with the fact that T1 are here relatively
So
early.
winnable.
That's it.
Oh,
Jing
Davai so
does
low.
have an ult to work with, and he's playing around drop, a good launch pad, if anything. T1 right now, both of them as a duo, marching forward inside of A main. A lot of noise being made known. Off towards Sands as well.
Oh,
Wow, Meteor!
Stop!
Once again, looking
Dude,
for the needle, and he
bro,
finds it
I
threaded
don't
through.
even.
That's
oh my god, bro!
disgusting.
I'm gonna take a squat. Woo!
illegal. For those that don't know, Quack is a PRX fan.
Well, that aside, you know, if we throw the PRX biases aside, this was 3v2.
I mean,
there was a counter for
Oh
fun.
god, no.
It's a scenario where everybody has won the duels over at the dish for the PRX squad, and in the 3 versus 1, you've got Meteor that's just getting Pat-Man, finding an individual that'll lean out from Davai, and then individually winning the spray game where Jing's spray, it looked atrocious. I'm not gonna lie.
what can I
2
do? I'm
rounds
just a
so far,
viewer.
we've seen the spray not really look too good for Jing whatsoever. So he needs to make sure that he tosses
Our
that to the
exercise
side.
for us to win,
And
bro.
this is where
1,
PRX start to wake
2,
up.
3. Tech party! It's the
Fine,
tech!
maybe.
Hey,
I
yo!
knew-
Replay
I
the entire
knew.
thing!
As soon
Restart!
as we
No,
heard
restart!
the audio.
Something's
I'm saying
happening!
myself,
Something's happening! We just restart the
It's
whole
gonna
game!
be a tech timeout, guys. But no, 4 rounds.
God, please.
4 rounds, and this
What
is the
is
wake-up
it?
call that we saw in the previous one in
11.
Talent,
Well-
right? So maybe this is the wake-up call for PRX.
It's not one where the coach gets to do any talking, though.
Yeah, this is true.
So it still is a really different scenario, but that's it. I mean, a lot of
Oh god, this is
great
such a bad
awareness coming
start,
out from the
dude.
T1 players currently, and that's why, you know, what Pilsky
Bro.
said actually bears a lot of weight. While, you know, majority of us
Or
are
showing
PRX
more.
stands, fair enough, you know, we're gonna call it like it is. You cannot discount T1 whatsoever.
Yeah.
They might have had some rocky performances from before, but
I'm just a fan of good Valorant.
Yep.
And T1 so far have pulled away with a couple of good retakes
Fantastic
there. And what I was trying to highlight earlier is you got to remember the T1 aren't a team that don't play Fracture.
Okay, rifle
Close
round,
loss to
dude!
PRX in overtime, beating Zeta Division, playing internationally, you know, having you know, some close losses and a close win. It's not the most comfortable map for T1, but it is a map that they know how to play.
precisely. Hence the positions once again right now, and hearing so much info towards drop. The smokes have been propped up, and it's Jing trying to launch things with the showstopper.
get one.
Doesn't really find
Anyone.
too much, but just lets it rip straight in towards spawn.
Well, he's
Now
fighting
hiding
for
inside
life.
the smoke, and he gives
Nice.
Stacks a little bit of a kiss until Izu, though, swings back out for the trade. Meteor now trying to play inside the smokes,
Okay,
and he
well,
will spot out
my
Davai, where
fucking God,
Jing
there's
is
no-
the only one left. The spike down on the ground. Izu spots out the final player. T1, 5 rounds in
Are we
a
cooked?
row.
Are we
Yeah,
cooked?
Izu's been pretty
Don't even
phenomenal
know.
over this A site at the moment, hasn't he? He's just multi-fragging up a storm, getting set up by the team as well. Everybody dancing around the sky smokes. Working really good for them. I see the timer paused again. Maybe we will have a little tech issue once more. We'll wait to hear if there's going to be any audios. I believe it's a gear issue as well. So something that we can hopefully rectify pretty quickly. And I think we need to for PRX in the grand scheme of things, because that deployment towards the A side again was kind of just all through dish. Okay, it's a
Time out,
normal
we need to
timeout.
restart, dude!
Normal. So we got Coach Alex
Oh, we need
and
to restart, dude.
sub
I don't know, bro.
Sub-coach Mindfreak.
Mind Freak.
We'll see, we'll see. All that aside, though, there definitely is something in the water for the Southeast
No, he's playing
Asian
in
team
on
right now.
Brimstone, Quack.
What,
I'm
no,
looking
he's
at
not in
both
the
chats,
water.
heavy.
He's in the map. But he's not.
But at this point, I don't think I can even read
what
any
I'm trying
chat.
to say. Yeah,
Like watching this game,
definitely.
I don't know. All good.
Not the
All good.
performance that you were looking forward to.
Hey, welcome
So-
back, Rainfree.
Seems
especially
like
for
all
the
the
fans out there. Nope.
all the words to come through are done.
Wow. He's shaking his head.
Not happy.
This does not
Not
feel
happy.
good.
I mean, how many times have we seen PRX just try to get through Dish so far, and it be unsuccessful?
Could be 5.
3?
Yeah.
3 times,
Count them up.
I believe.
Count them up. That's it. T1 on the other hand, phenomenal job so far receiving PRX with every hit that gets sent their way.
And it's going to be another eco scenario for PRX as well here with just something on the Guardian. Meanwhile, you got a little bit of this.
Yeah, I'm a chill. I think I'm too.
Himself, and an attempted transition.
I don't know what I am
from
too,
Buzz,
bro. But I'm a
don't need to
chill
do
now. Okay, I'm a
anything
calm
too
down.
Unexpected here, T1. Just playing to the numbers, playing with the weaponry, waiting to see what PRX are sending your way. If they're going to go for any orb control, maybe it's going to be on Patman with the Rolling Thunder one away.
I was crashing
Kind
out
of
for
just
no
give it to
reason.
them at
I
this
mean,
point
not
in
no
time.
reason.
Well,
We're
you know what the
0-5.
play's potentially looking like. Forsaken with an overdrive available if they want to try and get in somewhere too. That turret is looking the wrong way, but the alarm bot will be the first thing to give info.
Okay, well, Steel Garden goes all the way through as well. Buzz now in with a Phantom. Look at that beautiful movement straight into the side. Overdrive
going to
completely
cry.
denied as well. Now Buzz with his overdrive of his own,
I'm
straight
actually
in
going
towards
to
tower
cry.
where Petman tries to fend them off, but only good for the first. Meteor once again down to finish.
Yeah, and they will weather through
sorry for
Forsaken's
squatting,
overdrive
bro.
as well. No other big ultimates or massive investments from PRX, so they'll have a gun round to come through here, but it is 6-0. This is the one that you really need to see them start to pull their heads together on this.
Wait,
attacking
Lucha,
side
are
as
you
well,
normally
right?
more of a
You had
YouTube
timeout
viewer?
previously. They had a pretty abysmal conversion rate.
Like,
after,
more
well,
active
that's just
there,
gonna get
dude.
even worse now with dropping that round. So you would expect that the timeout is going to have to be for this round here.
Well, it's your first time? Fair enough.
See what they're able to scrounge up together. Desperate times,
Give energy
desperate
to-
measures.
what do you want?
Just come up with as many rifles as
I wanna
possible
cry.
to spray down, suppress the
Oh,
fire.
what
down
energy
arcade.
can I
He's lucky
give?
to get away with that one though, Buzz. Bit of a scenario where you think the PRX would have found the opening kill, which they still will
Okay.
do in a different location around the map.
Yeah, Ezreal's been sending out the stealth drone repeatedly now, so decent recognition. The smoke's back up, and then for Stacks to play sneaky around the edge.
Yeah, it's all
Oh, my
patience now
days.
for PRX. What are you going to beat out? What are you going to try and do together as a team? Are you just going to go back to big old fracture things and try and set Patman in unders to ult in towards the site and try to go in together?
Possibly.
You got the shear over towards Dish, by the way. So that's not going to have to be thought of over
Oh,
at this site.
please.
but the
It's an
operator line
operator. He's
pass
1
is good
HP,
for
but
one
he's holding
here.
an op. Okay, okay.
Ooh. Oh, he
Thank God we
jumps
didn't
up
dry
and
pick
sends in
that.
the relay at the right time. Does deter Forsaken
way.
straight
Oh
in towards
my
tower. Now
God.
Sylvan holding the off angle.
And that's
PRX
And he's still
completely
alive.
stopped in their
Yeah,
tracks.
that's on the back of the Rolling Thunder as well. Now, Stacks is in the right location that might not even be
Uh-oh.
expected.
Oh my-
Sub 30 seconds
No
to go.
chance.
Can he
They're
not?
even thinking about it.
I'm
There's
going
one
to cry.
and two. This round is done. Now, Patman, it's damage control. What are you going to be able to find?
The
And back,
disaster.
it's
This is actually
absolutely
disastrous.
nothing. That's a scenario where PRX get the opener. But apart from that,
None.
nothing.
Nada.
Zilch.
More synonyms.
Donut hole.
The donut hole. That's a lovely one. Egg is another as well.
Oh, we're cracking eggs at the moment right now. We're
Nice.
making an omelet because T1
Not like this.
having a big
Like
old
this.
breakfast today.
Complete.
PRX,
What's the Southeast Asian? I got nothing. But nonetheless, yeah.
timeout, PRX.
Dude,
What
this
have we?
was-
What do you got for us now? This is the pick of PRX, remember? So big time talking about the fact that we've got 2 weeks of preparations coming into this. It's 2 weeks of preparations for PRX to, you know, get them veto the way they want, or at least get their map pick the way they want. And coming out with the map pick of choice being Fracture here. Starting off with a 0-7 is not the way that you really wanted this
Oh
to go.
wow,
I
yeah,
mean,
we didn't even get one.
you look towards
In my head, I thought we at least got one round,
for
but
example, they lost that one. They beat Gen G, but that
Wait,
was
0-7.
earlier on where Main Freak was playing in the team on that one,
What
and
the
you also
fuck?
saw just like
What do we
a
do?
bit better play.
I mean, I
from
can't do
the likes
anything.
Of PRX, but then I also just remember Suggest was playing in towards that one, right? So it was a bit of a different scenario for Gen G as well, and they awoke with Foxy9 coming back in towards it. So feels like this one is a bit of a pressure problem for PRX, especially just further accentuated now that this is an elimination.
Call it like we see it. And once again, we are on the outside looking in, so who really knows? But you can definitely say that this is not looking great. Meanwhile, for T1,
looking fabulous. They're not
once
really
again
needing to stretch out and do too much in the map, it feels like.
Same defensive setups. Once again, marking down into Arcade. You spot them out in
I mean,
full.
it
Silvan
can,
able to receive off of the fault line even. Decent shots now coming through though.
Please let this
Forsaken
be
able
all
to
one
silence
round,
Meteor.
bro.
But they're in the site now, Quack, and that's
Let this
something
be
that
the
PRX have
one.
not really been able to do successfully so far.
Even hitting them with
Get
the
a little bit of
goddamn
time
outs, this
on the
has
back
to
of
be our
getting the
one.
plant down, which actually has been staved off for
This is
quite
so
a few
much.
moments as the lockdown will have to be respected. And this is the time where we'll start to see the retake now happen.
Rolling Thunder. Izu in position. Buzz making a bit of noise towards Canteen just to pull some attention away. PRX certainly keeping that in view. Patman though with the off angle right now. The Rolling Thunder not let rip, so just a call to save on.
Yo, 3v1, okay, 3v1.
While the rest of the team tries to find as much as possible. Patman then.
Okay, we got one, it's not over. If we get 5-7, that's a fucking amazing, no?
This time, getting some trades, overwhelming
111, we go
B
next.
site, dropping a lockdown in there is what you like to see. Mind you, the reason that I said donut earlier is because I did see the kill department of something, and it's still the.
Okay, we got one.
number.
Don't give up!
But this time, Patman getting a
PRX
bunch of great
fans,
shots out
chill.
there, and just the team.
Don't give
looking a
up,
little bit
7 is
better
all they
to
get,
overrun
right?
T1,
I don't know,
but
don't
they
look at
are
me.
not chipping away.
Maybe.
Whatsoever. The scoreline, the credits will still be looking good. So T1 have another crack at a good half here to further extend the lead.
Buzz in position out by Tree.
And also you got Izu spotting out over towards the dish. You'll destroy the turret, which actually looked like it got retrieved by Divide just before it got broken.
Drone at minute 20 mark as well.
Oh, Izu, what you got for us here?
Armageddon in
God.
towards stuns where he might just be able to find it, but no. PRX, they've got the angles locked down this time, and Forsaken slithers forward to silence Meteor once again.
You can't drop this one though as PRX. 4 versus 2, no ultimates in sight for T1. Though you're giving Jules to Sylvan, not like this. A trade, and Buzz
The last
now
guy has an op. The last guy has an op.
2 with an operator.
He's making a lot of noise, so PRX knows exactly where he is. Now holding the off angle into the site.
Okay, he
you
changed.
have the spike in
2v1.
view. Surely you're able to find it, and there it is.
Come on,
PRX
5-7.
recovering off the 2
5-7 is
timeouts
so
call.
fucking
Could you
winnable.
imagine
5-7
if
is
he
so
got off
fucking
the
winnable,
defuse,
dude.
line up that operator shot for the moment they crossed over?
No.
I would have removed my headset and walked out the door.
I would have joined you,
I would have
Komodo.
gone over to Chobra and said, get on the desk. He's like, get
Break his
over here,
monitor,
cast.
possible.
Yeah, we'll be having fun together as a whole trio now, wouldn't we?
I mean, hey, look, PRX, you've actually managed to pull away the round besides making us get on our seats a little bit when Sylvan is just winning 2 individual duels there. But they bring it together, they collectively and calmly win the round
he has
at the
7
end there.
assists.
Try and get into a
It's not like,
reasonable
if it's a
scenario for this
0-9-0,
scoreline, right?
okay,
If
that
they
one
can
might be a
bring
little
it
bit
up to
cool.
7-5,
Yes.
then we're starting to wonder and ponder, okay, they're starting to get their attacking side known.
Let's reset things. You make a bit of noise towards north side, bait Izu out into the
Could be
opening,
worse,
and then
could
you go
be
for the
worse,
south
is what I
side push where Buzz has already been made known.
So
So the
look,
question
I
is,
mean,
how do you work
yeah.
around this operator that you're so
I
aware
don't
of?
know.
Yeah, well, it is just Buzz
Let's just
here
hope
by
for a
himself. So he
5-7.
kind of has to play
A
a little
2-10
bit
is
more
still
on
kind
the
of cooked.
passive
3-9
variety.
maybe.
Go back to at least dodge out.
We know he has an
Flashpoint,
op,
but
right?
he's still on the
We
line.
should know.
And now
Oh,
it's
we
going to
don't
be
dry
both
pick
ults
that
being
shit.
let rip from both sides. Rolling Thunder, though, a little bit more impactful, but Forsaken doesn't stop. Just into the smokes with the
It's
shorty,
HP
takes
help.
out Stacks, and looks to reposition off towards Heaven now.
Oh my
Sylvan
God,
getting
it's a
peppered
miracle.
Down. Suppressive fire from the team is good. We got a minute left, and the spike's still not down.
And this is the time as well for PRX. Generally, they would just look to stick around, go for more challenges, get chaotic, but playing on the more passive variety. Forsaken traded.
Okay, he
Meanwhile,
was
the rest
1
of the team
HP.
has started to already
It's
book it
not
towards
okay,
B.
but it's okay.
There is
You know what I mean?
the shield
Yeah, you do.
still here And 8 seconds to be bought from the Incendiary too. So with the rotation from Buzz now also over here, this is now the more stacked side for T1.
I mean, the whole intention of this rotate is to call in with a possibly Rolling Thunder into sight, but now it's getting blocked off somewhat. The op still firing through. Sylvan in great position to find a little bit more. He kind of almost gets propped up by it, but still, PRX finding a couple more trades.
Down to $500.
10 seconds, Spike.
Trading right back.
Irretrievable.
I don't see how Devi is able to make this sprint. He
Make it
tries,
5 million.
though, but the angle is still in position.
USD. I don't have it, but I'll figure it out if you win this.
Buzz
Oh my god.
sliding in. Devi caught unaware or caught in the animation itself.
Yeah, there was just no way that he was going to be able to get out of that one, unfortunately, when you've got Buzz and Izu playing together. If there's even a scenario where he's tapping onto the spike to try and win the duel against Buzz, he would have to find Izu
4-8
in the
is still
millisecond
winnable.
as well, that the round would almost have
3-9.
left. So just great little
Still winnable, but
play
kind of
from
cooked.
T1 in the moment there.
2-10, we go
And
next.
for Forsaken, I mean, yeah, maybe overstaying at the
My
A side a little bit.
God,
What if
bro.
he slipped in towards the tower instead and looked to catch up any rotations? It was early rotations from T1 to that B side that really worked a treat, wasn't it, though? Incendiary to stop any numbers of PRX getting through the sheer wall together. Just not able to remove that operator from the equation.
And that's where you really just have to sing the praises of T1 once again. Every single player very aware of to what their role, what their responsibility is. Sylvan putting up that Incendiary just shows great awareness. Next round coming up, and it's slightly different setup with Meteor watching the angle.
Yeah, it's not Buzz on the operator this time, at least, but there'll be no damage on the exchange.
Drone out.
See what PRX want to try and do to end up at this B site when they don't have any, you know, I'll call them large ultimates available, large area effect ultimates. It's just Jing with the showstopper.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, trying to be the catalyst for the team into the positions. He does let it rip. Second blast back out, but sidestep Sylvan. How was he able to Matrix dodge that ult now into the kill from Stacks, where he's able to find yet another something through the smoke. Just Buzz off towards the back line and Devi.
What am I watching? Oh god, make it stop.
Balance.
I'm stressed.
Picks up the op, but you're down to round 11.
See you later.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Okay.
No 2 left feet, by the way, for Sylvan in this round. He is just absolutely done Jing dirty. That showstopper dodged and the kill to come through from Sylvan. Now the 1 versus 3. What can you try to do as Devi? I mean, the spike is down just kind of in the open in a tradable spot. He'd need very sharp shots here.
You got to watch out for players who are trying to play off contact as well. Oh.
You can just salvo him and he's pretty dead. Aftershock as well. Yeah, the round's done. He's just flushed out.
Oh my
That's
god.
Really nice play from T1 yet again.
Perfect util usage.
Are commanding on this defensive side of Fracture here, and guys,
it's disgusting.
I know role changes can sometimes be difficult for a team, but not 0 kill difficult.
I have no words.
Yeah, I mean, T1 are just playing this one perfectly, and PRX, even with coach intervention, scrambling at best to try and figure things out. I mean, there's been a lot of retakes, but T1 have just had the right pieces to go back in towards the retake.
Oh, and look at this now. Buzz feeling confident to go in for the overdrive play. Perfectly set up by the team. Look at the flashes! He's online for the ace! Where is Forsaken? He's all the way across the map by north side.
Oh my god!
Don't let him ace at the very least, maybe.
My dick hurts!
Does he look for it? Buzz, low HP, but he still tracks on! Mid-slide! Denied Forsaken!
Buzz has just been sent to the moon in this one, folks. 10-2 half by T1. He's come out with the goods and the entertainment there, hasn't he? Supported by the breach utility, the great fault line, the great flashpoints, and just the individual brilliance to dodge around as well. I mean, 32 HP, and he catches Forsaken sliding through to try and answer back. That is a just destructive half from T1.
Just to put things in perspective, you
like
would have to
this.
anticipate. You knew he was going for
Yeah,
that
you
slide.
knew he would go for it. Like, Buzz is just the better Neon on this map right now.
Or even the calls for, to send Buzz down tree that
He's not
way.
scared. Who's the best flex?
Right now? I'll let you take this one, Komodo.
The giant rock in the sky.
Giant rock in the sky.
Going to come crashing down and eliminate the dinosaurs.
I never thought it
That
would
was,
be
a line that Paper Thin had last year.
Oh, was it?
Extinction level event, Meteor. And he would be one of the big factors against PRX. Remember, last year onto Gen G as the Sentinel player. This time on towards T1, and he's kind of doing the same darn thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Really? Oh, she's
it's the
first
Masters winning
elimination,
team
yes, it is.
that's had some
If it
rocky
loses, we are
starts
done.
in stage 1 here,
and
of course.
for Meteor, 2 times Masters winner.
Yep, yep. I mean, we've already said and bid adieu to.
I know I keep
previous
saying
champs,
that word, but oh, I don't know what else to say.
They will not be making their name known in the server over at Masters Toronto.
That's the whole thing about Valorant.
What is on the line for
don't-
these teams?
Yeah, and also for teams not to stay on top for too long.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you can't make the same case for T1. T1's staying on top.
Oh,
I
maybe.
keep pointing it, bro.
Middle.
Maybe.
For
They,
the playoffs.
they continue playing like this. We'll see.
Cooking, but we're not cooking. Fucking
Pistol round
ball,
though. Let's see if
dude.
PRX is going to be
God,
able
the
to convert
chicken
this
is
one and make
raw!
something of this defensive side, or if T1 are just going to run away with this map.
Off on the defense. Smoke's instantly propped up off of the flash from Meteor. And also for the rest of PRX to continue
I'm
pushing
going
out
to
main
fucking
but
eat
what is
shit.
this? Checking the corners, and Meteor comes up with a double kill. Forsaken the
Please, I'm
trade.
fucking begging you.
And if you can hear my voice, it doesn't
I mean,
feel good.
job might have been done just there by Meteor to find the double, give an advantage to T1, who still do have the spike in possession, so they're going to push that towards the A site. They can plant to their heart's content.
Do you expect Buzz, though? Off with the angles, and he finds the first. Jumps, relay bolts, slides for the second kill, looking for the third, but shut down so far by Petman.
And now they're not going to overheat. T1 in a 1 versus 3. I mean, Izu, I'm looking at your position, mate. You're just watching the rope. You're playing salvos here. Confirmed that the rope play is not the play, and Sylvan's just going to individually win the duel. So pistol round now over towards T1, and that just makes things so much more difficult
Look,
for
it was
PRX here.
still funny at first, at maybe
Probably gonna be Matt
3-0
point,
or
and
whatever.
then on, who knows?
Yeah,
This
Even
shit
with
ain't
the
funny no
force,
more,
Can't
dude.
really count on it too much.
I kind of understand the idea. If you hear some footsteps over towards the other side of the map, like why would somebody have snuck themselves in towards that corner? You're generally checking over
Still like
towards, you know, the
shitting
actual
out my
tree side of things
intestines
and
and
the choke.
eating it, dude.
So
I
you
don't
kind
even
of
know
understand
what
why
this
Meteor
is.
wasn't cleared there.
Oh
but,
my god, wait,
I
0-13?
mean, just credit to Meteor. Puts himself at the right position at the right time,
Oh,
with the right damage. The
no.
rest of the team don't falter after that.
True and fair enough.
And now the force-up has to come through for PRX. Otherwise, they concede map point, and 10 of them.
In like just
That'll be a
Oh, no.
mountain to climb.
Yeah, and they're just going to do it bare feet, bare-handed.
Like hobbits.
No tools to assist.
Well, for now at least, with the A main control, and assessing out information towards. Oh well, the fog of war still kind of plagues PRX.
I mean, T1 in this scenario don't see anything from PRX, right? They see nothing at Dish. They can assume that there might be something happening over at A, but the shield that's been placed there by Meteor is just safeguarding that one at the moment. If they do traverse still towards this Bravo site, I mean, they're only going to have to contend with a Devi who's got the turret at one side to spot info, which now gets removed. And you're going to have some quick rotations come out from the rest of the PRX members.
He's got to find at least one kill, but he's getting peppered by so much utility. The drone, the fault line, now trying to hide inside of the smoke, but T1 has a very good idea of where he is. Ooh, slip past though. Shot towards the back of Sylvan's skull. Down for the rest of PRX to arrive somewhere near the site, but the spike still goes down.
Yeah, 20 seconds to go, and now a bit of stuns up around the site as well. Nothing can come through for PRX at the moment, can it?
Cosmetic stun.
Gotta get the plant. Or maybe not, just get the kills.
Yeah, hunting down for Jing, and there he is.
I don't know what to
Meteor
do.
once
I mean,
again
there's nothing I can
crashing
do.
down upon the dinosaurs.
Now it is the 10 map points to come through for T1.
what is
That
this
was
noise?
the force up for the PRX squad as well.
Listen,
So they're going to try and do
you know
what
what's
they can come
even
up this
worse
next
is that
round.
we have to play the next
I mean,
map,
I'm just
and
thinking to
we're going
myself,
in with a 2-13.
Something, get on the board. Don't deliver us a Gemkin effect that we
Silhouette,
saw on
thank-
Bind of last year on
Don't.
their Reina, for those that remember.
Well, if
He has got 9 assists though.
if he's able to turn things around Ascent, maybe, but it's Ascent. Oh,
Yeah. Opening kill would be needed for PRX here. You see a lot of bodies in main. You see a stun go your way. You want to try and get out, or you want to try and get one. And unfortunately, that can't be delivered.
Wow.
Okay, I've cursed him.
We've cracked the egg.
He's on the board.
Okay, it's
and
not
now
0
gonna be 10
kills
rounds in a row
anymore.
for PRX.
You didn't get 0.
All right, I'm gonna cut you right there. 3 players from T1 on the site. You also have
Primo
Sylvan
Jet.
trying to reposition towards A main. He has
Please.
a very good idea of where PRX
Please.
are. Full contact now off the flashes, but PRX will fully
Oh,
collapse
he didn't
and descend
finish his
onto
focus.
T1.
Yeah.
finding all these
PRX,
rifles.
if you
Well, it's
fucking
5-5
win this, I'll
for
shave my
PRX
head.
as well,
I'll
so
go
if you wanna
bald.
start off any chances
I'll
to
just
get
wear
back
a wig
into
every
a
time I
map like
stream.
this
Just
in a flawless
if you
array,
come back
will
from
have
this, I will shave my
started
head
off
right
with a flawless
now.
round. And all doing it together. There you go. Effort
Oh.
by committee.
It's one of those where she's able to surprise T1, but how many surprises can you really pull out? You've been
I just hope that we can
pushing
untilt
KD
before
for
the
past
next game.
several
No deal,
rounds,
bro.
Past 3 rounds.
I'm down.
A little bit. T1 certainly beginning to
Maybe the comeback of the century,
read
dude.
that.
We'll see what the answer is going to be for, I think more importantly, PRX for the next couple of rounds if they have that available, because this is going to be another purchase for
Oh my
T1.
god. Not real.
Playing north side of the map. I like the idea that they have down towards the south side, by the way, with the arc rows, but it's going to be smoked immediately for some tree control.
Okay. Well, once again, the A main push,
Just confirming that the information is there.
so much of it.
Yeah.
Do have some KJ utility towards drop.
Shia.
Gift that, bro. I'll give 500 subs
Yeah, but the KJ
to
util's
myself, I
down.
guess.
This could be very worrisome, although I think
if they
maybe
come
somebody has
back.
heard this.
Yeah, he's trying to stay online, but he's not
Make it
frosty
1,000.
enough. Petman, though, good for the trade. Now flashes out, looking for another, but a little bit too greedy. 4v3.
Angel's still available for Ching here.
And he's got a good chance to really chuck it in at the right spot, isn't he? But
where?
you got Meteor coming up from the back as well. Yeah, not truly certain. The smokes will dissipate, and now for the rest of PRX to hold this down, a full firefight until Meteor ascends from the back.
1v1.
Forsaken, though, trying to launch himself back in, off towards the 1v1 where he knows where Meteor is.
$5
Doesn't
million,
really have much to
Jason!
work off of just the spike, but
Oh,
that
I'm
is
telling
where
you, man, this is-
Meteor
this is
will
actually-
silence
Bro,
the
this
full outright. It's 13-3
one of the
at the end
craziest
of map 1,
in-
at the
in a
end
really bad
of
way
PRX's map
thing
pick.
I've watched
Yeah,
in a
did
while.
not think that was going to be the result scoreline here for the first one of this elimination game, but
Wow.
T1 have certainly come out with
Yeah,
something
you know what?
special
I'm not
on
gonna
that map.
sugarcoat
Bit
it
of a
or anything, but this
masterclass
was
that we didn't really
terrible.
see from
I don't
them
know what
at
happened.
Masters, but
This
they carried
hurts.
on the information from that
But it's
one and
okay.
just the great
Oh my god, what is that
realizations
drawing? A
and
meteor
holes in
strike
this
of freaking dinosaurs?
13-3.
That's personal.
PRX's map peak makes you quite worried
Yeah,
going
this-
into
this-
the second
this
one
one was
of Ascent,
painful.
which is T1's
But-
choice.
And I believe
New
you
map.
do have a really good point about that one as
New
well. 'cause,
us,
I mean, Ascent
maybe
is a
we
map
cook-
where
we
don't
cook the
see
next
too
map,
often from
right?
either team, but
Can't
at the
be
same
worse than
time,
this,
just
I'm pretty sure.
Questioning basic things like form. It really,
one was
really
rough. This
makes
one
you
was really
feel
rough.
so darn nervous
I don't know
because we
what
do
was
have
happening.
to say goodbye to one of these
It's okay
teams
though, it's
at the
okay,
end
have
of
faith.
this match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Copium!
I'm hoping that there's going to be just a really big reset for PRX in this short little
Okay,
interim.
it's okay,
before we get
Conchana.
onto
New
that
map, new
second
us.
map.
It's just
Maybe
restart.
they wanna
We just
bring
gotta. I don't know if they can
something more
untilt.
normal, agent-wise,
I'm pretty sure that game is so
composition-wise,
tilting
built
for
very
them.
Uncomfortable
I don't
in
know if
that
they can
map for
actually
them.
fucking get off
That's
that
it,
mental
though, again.
space
We
before
are
the next
on the
map.
outside looking
It's
in. We're
gonna
not
be
in the
fucked.
practice rooms with them. We don't entirely know, but maybe it's just a bit more comfort looking for that.
So bad.
Nonetheless,
So
one
bad.
thing is for sure, PRX off this first map pick has been absolutely derailed. We'll toss it back over onto our desk.
I can definitely hear Quack choking back a few tears there. Very professional. Good job to you. Of course, this was
Oh, I
not
don't know what
easy
to
to watch
I-
for
there's
PRX
nothing
fans and for Team.
I don't
Also,
know
the
what to
smiles
say.
on their faces. They know that they own this.
What am I
map.
supposed to
Look
say?
At that scoreline. I mean, what else can we say? We can cry.
They cooked him. There's no two ways around it. That is a tough watch for PRX fans.
This was a Fracture masterclass from
Tough
T1,
watch
and
is-
this just goes back to what we were
Not
kind of
even-
touching on. It's like you can have all the prep time you want, you can have all these ideas,
God.
but T1 has played a lot of reps of Fracture. They played 10 reps so far this year with very similar looking comps, and they're just going back to what works for them.
Oh,
You
that
saw it
was
on that
cool.
defensive side, the Teo drone through Dish over and over again, informing their decision making, allowing them to rotate effectively. The way that they
Utang
played
bangsat
those
tolol,
sites
holy
and
shit,
anchored
dude.
things down was beautiful to watch, and then getting Buzz on an info line. Buzz has had a poor run of form recently. Like, he's
he
had some
was
pretty poor
150.
maps lately, but he's back in prime
Oh
form in
my
this
days.
series in the lower bracket.
You know
was
what?
peak
Fuck it,
Buzz,
PRX.
hopping,
Literally,
running around
put
on the
something
neon,
on
getting
Jet.
active, getting
No,
involved in
5
the
duelist.
action, having some sickening on
Can't
ops
be
as
worse
well.
than 313.
For
Let's
me,
just go 5
honestly,
duelists.
I don't think T1
Jet can
particularly
smoke.
overperformed
It's fine.
here. I think this is a PRX
At this point.
massive underperformance. That's the problem. I don't think they were awake. Something 1 and 15 when
Oh,
almost the
man.
whole game on 0
Hey,
kills.
could have been worse, man. Could have
I
been
don't
0
think
kills.
T1 won this as much as PRX lost
At the
it.
end of the
Oh.
day, like, he's played Teo, he's played Breach, he's played Brimmy on this map. Like, what role can you put this guy on?
I don't think the roles are the problem here. I think not being awake as you load into the game is a problem for this PRX.
Whoa!
I don't think they even played this map. I
That's
think that's
their
the problem.
chill?
You know, I don't think it's
Not being awake is
Brimstone's
crazy to say,
limiting
no?
one and
God
15
damn.
factor for him because Brimstone shouldn't be
Ow.
stopping him. It's not something incredibly complicated. The fact is they were not even awake on that stage. They were not in these rounds.
Okay,
They're
sir.
in really strange,
I get it.
stupid positions. They're throwing rounds that they shouldn't throw.
You know what? I'm
That's the problem,
gonna
is they
take
have
this.
to wake
Okay,
up.
I get it.
No,
Oh my
I
God.
have to agree with you there. This was T1 was normal. Okay, it was like it was normal. I mean, of course, like
I mean, the normal is very good.
their
right?
normal is very good. It's still T1, right? It's still T1. But yeah, for PRX, unfortunately, just too many mistakes that were just very, very difficult. And of course, I totally forgot that dinosaurs went extinct because there was a big meteor that arrived. Apparently, that meteor was buzzing as well because that's exactly what happened.
It was
But
staxing, some
it
might
was
say.
Staxing? It was staxing. It was
No.
a Sylvan meteor.
Yeah, I was gonna
as
say
well.
work Sylvan.
Sylvan.
Yeah, work easy with there. How?
Let's
How?
roll the replays.
We
Get away from that. Let's
Cut
roll
away.
the replays.
Oh, but we have to talk about these rounds because these were so hard to watch.
Yeah, I mean, this is where it all went wrong for me, where it's like, this is the very start of the game, this is the bonus round you should be able to win. Sylvan just walks all over them, gets them that bonus conversion, and then the round after, they're in, an advantage post-plan. Meteor just walks in, fights one by one, just managing to isolate them so easily. I mean, I feel like this game just slipped out of their fingers from the start here, and they could never
Was that a
quite
dream?
recover.
I mean,
I bet.
MVP goes to Buzz.
Are we gonna
He
play
was
the first map yet,
fantastic
or
getting
what?
on those info lines on defense. You know, he's opping over Arcade, opping in towards B main. He uses the Neon so well. I honestly think that you could watch T1. Like, I am not an advocate for playing like T1, especially when they're playing the double duelist. But on Fracture,
second map does go for
like,
duelist.
if you try to copy paste their
Screw it,
defense
bro.
onto a lower level team, there's a lot of things you can learn from the way that
What-
they
what-
use the Teo drone to
what were
inform
we
their,
trying to cook there?
their rotates.
Think.
Buzz, the way that he
Like,
plays this
I don't
Neon,
know.
gets on these info
I don't
lines
know.
and allows them to kind of flex around and
Tell them about the
rotate
play.
accordingly. Very, very good approach to Fracture.
Don't piss
They're
me
always
off!
so active on the map. They're always changing up how they're
Goodbye,
rotating, whether
Edrico.
it's through north or south side. So I just love watching T1 on Fracture. I honestly think they play a fantastic Fracture. And I think that as well, the burst style that you got from PRX was countered very well by the Vice. Like, I think the Sheer actually gave them a lot of problems, and the Thorns
I
gave
don't
them a lot of
know.
problems with how they
I'm
wanted
so
to play.
sorry.
I wanted to play
I'm
it, but, like,
sorry
Forsaken
for
was out
everything,
on the site,
man.
and no one could really help him, even though they're playing Neon
Untie
Rays,
my
and you want to try
hair.
to be able to burst and actually get
Is
those
that how
timings with
it
multiple
works?
people inside of the site. It just didn't actually feel like they were able to pull that off at all, and part of that is down to that hesitancy and just not being awake, but part of that is also down to, I think, the way that Meteor played the Senti and the counter util coming out from Stax and Izu.
Yeah, I think that warm-up that PRX usually has, it's part of the PRX roller coaster, right?
It could
It's
have been. You
first
say
map,
less.
it's
It's a
and then
6-hour
second map,
flight.
Oh, we're back again!
Yeah.
And that's
Can't
how it's
go
gonna
there
be
in
for
time.
PRX fans. Know this.
I mean, I said in the pregame, the whole reason I predicted PRX is the story of it's so PRX-like, and what could make it even more PRX-like is get absolutely
I
smacked.
just never
by
knew it
bombs.
was gonna be
we
this
have
bad.
a saying back in the local PH challengers that, like, you know what?
Like,
In
313
a
is
hero
really
story,
bad, but they
the
gotta
hero has to get beaten.
Nah,
up
they gotta
first.
lock in, man.
You
They gotta
know, he
forget
has
about it. Forget that even
trials
happened.
And he has challenges.
Yeah, that's
And
brutal.
then
I
he
agree.
emerges, you know, a little bit muddy and stuff, and he opens the doors of Helm's Deep, and that's when you cheer.
When like the good part's coming next stage, right? They have no prep. for
Yo,
Ascent. They've had
YouTubers,
2 weeks
I'ma
to prep. T1 has
delete
never
this
played
stream.
Ascent
I know I said I would
before,
dual
in
stream on
this,
YouTube,
kickoff as
but
well
at this
as
point,
stage
I
one
don't think
era.
I want a
They've
bot to
got
be up.
absolutely no data
I
on
gotta
what
destroy
T1's
this
gonna be
bot,
doing
no, like, it
for
never
PRX.
exists, this
It's
game never
been
exists.
A decent map, to be honest. They
Yo,
lost
this
a very,
can't
very
be up,
close
man.
map on it. The other one,
Gotta
they won
go, bro.
versus Boom. They lost
Nah,
a tight
man.
one to DFM, and I don't
Holy
mind the way they
shit,
approach
bro.
this map. I honestly don't mind their Ascent at all, PRX, but you do have something on the Jet. And
I'm
he is
quitting
very
YouTube,
sleepy
bro.
today. He needs to really be
For a
fired
short
up
leave.
on this defensive side, or
Stream
there is
time,
absolutely
but-
no hope here.
But maybe that was him, like, being,
Oh,
you know,
God.
shaking him awake. Like, hey, gotta perform now. Now he's gonna go
I'm
crazy
a
on
private.
Yeah, I mean,
dude.
I do feel like Jet is
Why
such,
would
you
this-
know, it's a
Unless
much more obvious
we
pick
win
for something
the
where
next game
muscle
and the
memory
third
will
map,
kick in for him
I'll
on
leave
this
it on.
agent, where he knows how to play. He can get the op out and just lock lines, where you don't have to kind of land the headshot every
YouTubers.
time. You just have to hit one bullet. It's a much easier
think you're
agent
Mochi,
for him.
thank you for
And
the
the roles
three.
are pretty natural, you know.
Miras!
So
Bro!
I still feel okay about them here, but now it's T1's turn for that surprise.
Yeah, 100%. I want to see what T1's going to be bringing out on this map. I mean, I don't know how much they've actually first banned it. I know they've been changing up their ban quite a lot. Maybe they've been second banning it a little bit, but Ascent has just not been a map that we've seen from them at all yet. So this is where they know that PRX has been able to sit back. They've got a lot of reps on multiple maps. T1, they love to draw out the series. They love to go to 3 maps. They played over in Bangkok. So you have the most data on T1 of almost any other team in Pacific.
You know what? I'm fine. It's okay.
Exactly how
I just
they're
don't
play
know what to
so many
say. I don't know
times.
what to
So
look. I don't
Ascent is
even.
just
I
such a
can't even
fresh
look at you
peek
guys.
into
I mean,
the
I'm looking at
bracket
you
here,
right
and
now.
clearly something that T1 have prepped on in here for the playoffs.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna see Ascent twice in a row for like both of these series today. Actually,
Yeah.
I didn't think we were going here.
I didn't think it would be that bad.
Going now into Ascent, and after that performance from PRX,
I need to take a walk.
I surely hope that they haven't
I'll be
evolved up.
back.
I surely hope that Alex is probably talking them into, okay, now we play. Are you guys okay now? All right, let's go into map number 2.
I mean, I've definitely said this before, but resetting after those stomping losses is easier because you can throw the whole map away. You can go, okay, like something's gonna walk backstage and you're just gonna go, that's on me, guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was doing.
For sure. I mean, the numbers don't lie.
And
Stats don't lie.
But you can move on from that because there's nothing you could have done to win that game.
Yeah,
when
there's
you
no
get
use.
stomped like
There's
that.
no use talking about it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, all right, we know. Now let's go into that.
Just clear the memory, reset, come into this series fresh because you know their Ascent has been good, right? So it's still a very winnable series for them.
Okay. I mean, they're going to need Will Smith to come in here and just click the little pen thing. That otherwise,
Yeah, the Men in Black.
guys, they're cooked. We'll see you in stage 2. Like, I think they're cooked here. I'm not going to lie.
I think you don't believe in the story.
Got
This
it.
is a story
What?
team. This is what they want you to think.
You guys,
This is what they want you to think.
let me know in the
2023,
chat. Let me
right?
know on Twitter. Is Morgan a good salesman? Can he sell you a vacuum cleaner that does not work?
I will
like,
believe-
Literally doesn't even turn on right
I
now.
will believe till the bitter end. I know that, like, we saw in a year ago
Did
today,
PRX
these players
win the
have
first
it in them
map?
to pull it off. We know that they can do it.
You know what? Like 2023 PRX EG. Come on, but hey, that didn't
We're
exactly-
huffing the copium. Oh,
Oh, it's a
feels
jacket.
so
It's not a. I didn't break my arm.
But hey,
okay.
bringing up the agent comp right now. We do have something on that jet that we were bringing up earlier. Does this mean this is all good for PRX?
We'll see. At T1, they're going to play the same thing they were playing in the
The
off-season,
baby
which is...
Forsaken.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, he's going to need to be bringing back some of that. I heard he was winning some aim comps when he was like 12 years old or something. But at the end of the day,
1,
T1...
2.
Back to the meta comp.
Oh,
It's what they played in the
okay.
off-season. It feels like them and
He's
Gen
back
G
on
in
Jet.
agreement that comp's still pretty good.
You just had to
honestly.
kill 5 every
Yeah, it's
round.
very standard. No more surprises here on
Alright,
PRX.
alright.
You know, exactly as we would expect. Like you said, Mika, something back on the jet,
Alright,
which
he's
I
back.
think is exactly what's needed here. Get the muscle memory going. Just believe in yourself and believe in what you've done in the past.
Hey, I love what that fan sign said. Stress, hypertension, migraine. I am all for it as long as we have a banger map. So we'll toss it on over to our casters, Quack and Komodo.
Thank you very much, Big Time and Pilsky. Yeah, we're definitely feeling a lot of that, but we'll throw that aside
shut up
because
now.
we've
My
got
God,
a job
I keep
to
saying,
do.
oh my God.
T1 now looking definitely primed for success, but we'll see if PRX are able to come back.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, T1 came out with a masterclass on Fracture for map number 1. PRX is pick 13-3. If you are a PRX fan, the series starts now, guys. You didn't miss anything in map 1.
We just started? Oh, how lovely. No, I don't know about that, but one thing we do know is that there is a lot of history. Again, Buzz, Stacks, even Meteor, PRX, they should be familiar with this. This is a blast of the past with this composition that's being played, but right now, something onto the jet, trying to pepper shots through the smoke. Well,
Masterclass comeback, keep the bot. I will if we come back like that.
Already starting to get a little bit of
No, I think it has to be destroyed, no?
We'll see what he's going
None
to
of these should
If
exist.
he dodges out the arc rows, that will potentially come out from Device soon enough.
I'm gonna end the stream
I
on
think
YouTube, bro.
May have spotted him. Now he definitely knows.
Right, if you've done your homework, you would know. Oh, and into the shots as well. Easy one.
Okay.
Quickly dealt with.
Yep, but it is some damage to Forsaken, don't forget. So a 4 versus 5 retake. Gonna be the scenario for PRX. I'm also just wondering, how far forward did these T1 guys go?
Not too far. Still under the site, but you have a lot of the utility positions all set up.
Oh, that actually caught Stacks, by the way, so no flash drive available.
Right, door broken as well. They found Sylvan. And Meteor also all procured, but down to the trade. Stacks able to find a couple of shots in
Okay,
until Patman
please
collects
keep going.
PRX is going to come away with the pistol. Good little retake for them there as well. A lot of numbers, a lot of bodies spotted out on that B site for T1. So I'm a little bit surprised they didn't want to take any more forward space and stretch out through his tree, but hey, they wanted to set up for a bit of a post plant on the site itself, and it didn't really work out. On the board though, PRX, it took them, what, 8 rounds to get one on the board over on map number 1. So as Big Time was saying, it's a lot easier to just forget the first map and how that eventuated and really just
we gotta forget about it.
Into this one.
Just pretend it was an OT. We lost the
We'll see
OT.
how it goes.
Lol.
For T1.
Is that how it works?
Not too bothered by
why
any
not?
of this either. You do have the outlaw in the hands of something right now.
It's main control that they try to establish here is T1 just on this little eco.
Pop flashed over into the smoke.
Yeah, he's still got a 0 point for Patman and all the utility in case there is a big pop out, but you also got to contend with the util of Defy. Meanwhile, Meteor finds Forsaken.
My
The
God,
Prowler
what
snuck
happened?
over. Still though, so far so good. You've got the anchors on the site doing their thing.
We're gonna get
You need a
no.
scenario like this as well, as long as you're staying on
got
top
this.
of the trade game.
3v4, they have one
Usually say
stinger.
You want to try and survive with everything.
Oh God.
PRX in a scenario like this, which they may do so.
No
Forsaken.
stingers.
Whereas to their positions, Stacks and Izu looking for a way out, possibly. Peek straight into something though. Off to the classic
calm
duels.
down.
There was a little right click.
Yeah,
back
wrong,
there.
wrong button.
Please, guys.
But
Oh my
rest of the team
days.
is there to finish up
Okay.
the fray. So
Oh my
PRX
God.
2-0. This is where we'll see the buy come through for T1, and I mean,
He
ever since
doubled
the
his kills. It's
addition of
crazy to
KO
say. You know.
this
Oh my
map,
God.
how
Bro.
many things can you talk about for these
Bro.
5 agents in terms of ingenuity?
All right.
So a lot of positions, a lot of good calls, a lot of mid-round decisions T1 will have to come out with. Then for PRX as well, right? Some adjustments on their defensive side. Device switching up, going to the B site this time instead.
Okay.
Please.
Something for top mid.
Pick it. Okay. Well, I mean they did,
The
but
peek into the shots. Ooh,
Nice.
Forsaken to finish the deal. And with a double shot onto its Stacks as well.
Reverse
Goes
treat
away
that
to
in.
Safety.
This is good from PRX.
Awooga.
Dot and I's, crossing T's as we've been talking about, right?
Okay.
Making sure you destroy that dart.
oh my stomach
giving
actually hurts,
an
dude.
option for something
Happening.
to be able to find some damage, find some kills. Forsaken to finish one off as well.
Take
That's
that
a little
knife
bit of
away.
advice for Forsaken here, but the C's and Devi.
Oh, looking for the shot off to the head. Izu, though, opening things up towards A short, where Meteor continues to prove to be a roadblock. Against
Help!
Forsaken as well as Devi. Just a ghost. Can Forsaken
God,
really
help!
find the frag? Meanwhile, more mayhem on towards the A side. Forsaken
Oh, we
finds
need
the
this. We need
frag.
this.
And down to Sylvan, who does get blinded up. Looks for the classic right clicks. Oh. And Sylvan will be able to
Forsaken,
stabilize.
$5 million.
You knew where Forsaken was as well a little bit ago, so it's just going to be this 1 versus 1.
Like another lifetime I'll pay you, but
Laying
like
down, a haunt for Forsaken available. He will reveal position with it. Oh, and a ping.
Sylvan has to smoke, though. So to work around the corners now, Forsaken. A little bit of movement and accuracy.
Okay, that
and
was all
Sylvan
bonus, but
will be
still.
able to pin him down. The Red Bull clutch for T1 to put one on the board.
Yeah, but a lot of damage from PRX delivered in that round there.
Yeah, that was
But
a-
great
an
start for
expensive
them
round.
as well with
we
the
take it,
opening
just
double.
take it, Chad. It could have been a
Survivors
lot worse.
3 conversion that I feel like
We gotta
were
just
seeing
take it. Oh my
way
God,
too
in the
much
dick.
in our first series today. But they do manage to get the job done. Some individuals finding some key trades, some key duels. Say a valiant attempt at the end there for Forsaken to be able to try and win that one.
And speaking of the KOs from before, you know, you love this one, right? Patman back
KO
yes.
is generally my favorite agent of his, yep.
Something that he's been playing all throughout his career. Now back into comfort zones. You do have full pop flash. Petman being able to spin
What
around
the
180. 2 kills until the trade from Izu. Quick launch possibly into the A side and quick rotations from PRX over at the top of heaven.
Yeah, of course, we did see some changes recently to KO with the normal click. If you bank it off a wall, pops a little bit quicker. But the right hand pulling out the gun always
Nice.
works.
Oh my
Making
days.
the gun work.
Oh,
It's
it's still
something to try and
alive.
find another, but he can't quite
5
do
HP.
so. 5 HP left for Stacks.
Boom,
He'll be
boom.
polished off, so now it's all down to Meteor, who was lurking. So a minute to go. Quite
2v1,
try and do
guys.
something.
I know you want to throw this, but you learn. We learn, right? We learn a
Unexpected
2v1, a
dive
2v1.
as
Okay,
well
we
as
play a
Forsaken.
2v1.
Yeah, you got an
We'll
outlaw.
be okay. We have the spike. We know where's the spike.
Forsaken's tucked in as well. They're possibly expecting him to drop off from heaven, but now spots him. And
Please,
into
oh God,
Meteor
please.
continuing
Please.
to kind of
Lining up,
flutter
are we?
back and forth around the corners. Puts down the turret for
Thank
extra
you!
cover,
Nice!
but it's still something quickly found.
Lose
by
these.
Devon.
No, we
Of
didn't.
course,
We
tagged
won.
up
It's
through the
okay.
corner of the wall
Kanchana. Ding,
there
ding,
as
ding,
well,
ding.
right? The Outlaw 140 when there was 125 HP for Meteor at
Okay,
the
it's
end
okay,
there.
it's
So it was
okay.
kind of given a
Well
little
played.
extra chance to potentially win out that round, but again, some nice work to come through from PRX. Good underhanded flash
What the
drive to
hell?
gain some main control. Love seeing Jets just try and dance in the air when there's no blade storms and get out of dodge. Just to watch that one back. But ultimately, PRX to collect on another round. They will now meet with what they had in the first map.
Hey, just something things also.
Yep.
Does have a judge now in hand, so
Hey,
alongside
okay.
the Han, able to sneak through. Meteor can't really hear a single peep.
Yeah, and unless you're investing a drone here from Izu, for example, you'd have to try and just
God.
go with body and hit the headshot, which you're
What?
not
Why?
doing, but you're still getting the kill.
And midair, off towards Buzz,
Are
who
we-
does have the
we're not
perfect
okay.
crosshair placement to pick up 2 kills.
Okay.
Jing, though,
Dashed
Rex
into
2
him.
up himself as well. TP's into safety into a position where maybe unexpected for
Oh, thank
Meteor.
God.
Oh, snaps on towards the quad. Online for the ace now.
He's not going to be playing directly with Devi.
And you know where the spike is as well, so don't give Sylvan the 1v1s. That's the very least we could
Oh
ask.
my God. Okay,
Jing
2v1.
does
He has a
have the regen
ghost.
shields too, so that's back online.
Oh, where's the spike?
Okay,
Here we go
into the
again.
spot. Devi allowing his brethren to pick up
Very good.
the ace.
Very nice.
Certainly a huge boost of confidence for the PRX
Help.
core.
I mean, it absolutely has to be, right? You want to see your
Oh,
individuals coming
God.
online.
Okay,
You want to see
okay.
the team working together as a unit. A little bit awkward for
Sorry,
something
I
losing
yelled,
that
but-
first duel, but the fact that Jing is
Bro,
able
we
to
need
just
that,
get
bro.
both
We
of
needed
them in
that,
mid
bro.
when you've got the dash from Buzz into the crosshairs of Jing. He doesn't need to move that
Oh,
much
Jesus,
to be
okay.
able to strafe that kill over towards him. And then ultimately ending with the ace.
Which then brings us into the next round where T1, having built up, oh, well, I was going to say a couple, but that's a lot of ultimates. So full rush in towards the B site.
Minus Fury in as well. See what damage is going to be able to come out with this one from Izu, as the site itself is going to be fully cleared on out. Meanwhile, Patman can rest, he can wait, and he can rip on his own null command, but they have to kind of respect this lockdown for now.
Could burn further time away. Shearwall prepped up though.
Yeah, because you got to remember, no Sova for PRX, opting for Forsaken on the fade instead. So Meteor taking this space. Could be cheeky.
Yeah, could definitely play spoiler. He spotted out that smoke as well, but Jing able to sidestep it into the kill.
They know that this is from behind, and now spotted.
Paranoia spots it out, but ooh, something unfortunate with Izu able to hold down ground for the meantime. In towards Buzz then, who's playing around the smokes. Decent trade still coming back forth until Stacks lines them up. Low HP though, and Devi able to possibly just run and gun down into the ground, and PRX will pick up yet another round.
Yeah, Stacks knows that that was a winnable prospect in that one.
I died
Finding
for
the
a moment
first
there.
ones, and
Did
then
I
just the
die?
one versus one
Yes.
at the end, but his HP gets the better of him, you think, and Devi's position.
Oh, my stomach
just
hurts.
expecting that duel to come locked in a little bit. Nice try for Stacks, bit of a golf clap there, but ultimately PRX recognizing that they have to shift into a little bit of a retake scenario as well, getting some good flanking action happen with the three of them, immediately popping the null command makes it a little bit more difficult for the likes of T1, you would assume, but yeah, the 1 versus 3, and I mean, he was already tagged up by
You
Devi
have
on
to
that
eat.
drop down, right?
I think
So,
it's not about
bit
me
rough
not eating or
for
hungry or anything.
the
It's
likes of
more of like
T1.
the food that I've ate is turning to
and they're
shit
gonna
right
drop a
now
timeout
because of this
into
game.
the vault.
Fair enough.
Like watching it make
And
my
also
makes
just,
me
you know,
digest, dude.
Anticipation from PRX. So it
Think it's just digesting too
We'll
fast.
see what T1 can cook up together now, because it wasn't the entire arsenal of ultimates.
Oh,
being dumped
God.
in that one round,
But it was a lot. I mean,
true.
Lockdown, Null Command, Hunter's Fury, like that's 3 big ones on a map like Ascent on this attacking side. They take a little bit to come back online.
That's good.
Right? 8 or 9 ulti orbs.
a little bit slumped over into their chairs right now, but also a lot of
Some water.
thought being thrown into the
Oh
process.
shit! There's nothing left. I mean,
They had a banger of a map on Fracture. Ascent, a map which, you know, they were kind of the innovators of things.
Yeah, I mean,
Thrown around.
we've seen this map be banned by T1 in their last 3 best of 3s, right?
Oh,
Played a
God.
single time
Not played this year,
in regulation, yeah.
and you're definitely thinking it's curveball scenario for T1 having, you know, banning this map. Usually they would come out.
I don't
and
wanna
think,
say
oh,
anything
well,
right now, but, you know,
PRX, they're gonna ban
you know,
it the second
you know,
if we don't. But no,
you
they
know.
picked it. So
Apparently not. We'll see. PRX so far so good.
Yeah.
Just being able to read things, so kind of redeeming themselves from that first map, and I want to reserve my judgment for now.
I have to see if Meteor's going to hang around after being horn revealed on this one. Baited out by the Prowler. Jing needs to remove his head, but that's going to be the go time for the rest of T1 to get in towards this alpha site.
Jing finding monstrous kill after monstrous kill ever since that ace now, but still.
Do they take forward space? Last time they didn't, and it got the better of them. They're going to still choose not to, and remember, Patman with a 0 point can remove these blades.
I think it's a little bit tough for them to find forward space now, especially knowing so many players nearby. You got to think about A main as well, where another smoke comes out from Jing, so kind of aware. And that's why they all get pinned down by this steel garden. Guns robbed away. How do you work around this? Unless you are Buzz.
Here's the flank.
He's got to meet every single hostile with full threat. Finds the first and the second as well, but into the smokes to buy. Buzz, though, he's angry.
What is
he's
happening?
finding yet another stings onto another kill, but Izu then
$5
trying to
million
back off
something.
Buzz. Trying to scrounge this up. He could just send into a right click, but
Pick it
something
six.
in with the phantom shots.
Well, time's
5.56 rounds, just picks the round up, but no time for the defuse. And, well, Father Time will be smiling for T1 from this one.
Oh, Sylvan will still go down with that one at the end. Got to give him still
Pretty
some
expensive
credit
as
there
hell.
with the paranoia that staves off Forsaken from being able to come in with a bit of an early retake when the flank was happening through main. And then also a From the Shadows reposition just to make sure he's in the right location to be able to deny the spike plant, defuse rather, from coming. So, a little heads up omen plays from him. You get that kill no scope? That was disgusting. Anyways. That's another round for T1, and they will push PRX onto a bit of a more eco variety in this next round. A couple of guns for sure, but nothing too substantial unless they get advantage and they can steal them.
Well, yeah, certainly trying, but pushing all the way out. Quickly read by T1 until not stability found. They're not quite able to hold down this tile's position. The spike, though, will find an open A site.
Going to get straight in towards the site for another 3 versus 3 post-plant scenario. Meanwhile, PRX have
3v3.
picked up these weapons. I think the question is going to be with how deep they are in towards B main, are they going to still go for this? I did just note that Devi picked up the ulti orb before the plant went down. So he's at least, you know, wanting to get that one back online as early as possible.
Still a good chance to use it for the latter half of this first half, but we'll see. Buzz is playing into a really slippery position, shall we say. PRX might not be aware.
Lots of util here for Sylvan and for Izu.
Which could buy further time off of the spike as well. Sends it through. Buzz now making some noise, creating presence where PRX then get distracted.
God.
The spike
Oh, no,
continues
time is
to beep
ticking
away
away.
Komodo. And Izu tries to lock down the angle. So
Oh,
far, so
one
good.
is
Jing
short.
launches the
Is
first
that a
kill.
guy?
Buzz then making noise around the backside of tree door. Jing
Yo.
still finds another shot
Please,
though.
please.
And it's just Sylvan left. The spike beginning to get tapped away, but still time being bought up now and will go off. T1 coming up with yet another round.
And it takes both of them with it as well. No surviving with the weapons into the next round for PRX, but by the credits, they will have another purchase to come on through. Red Bull clutch out for T1. Able to find a couple of openers, but it looks a little bit risky, doesn't it? Like when you're going for this mid-tiles play in towards B main pushing as well. You know, we see a lot of teams crumble in those sort of scenarios if they're not comboing a dart, for example, on the back of it as well, but you throw a bit of distractor or a flash for that matter. But it works out a little bit for PRX, so it's good to see that they have a couple of these calls that they can come out and look to go behind them with gusto.
I'm more, I don't know.
So, certainly much different performance from map 1, but they are still facing that potential loss coming on. I know it's early on, but the timeout now being called suggests that there could be something in the comms. You know, Alex maybe trying to...
Well, it's a couple more rounds in a row for T1, right? So you don't want to give them any sense of confidence that they're going to get back in towards this one. As much confidence as they already will be with the 2 rounds that they've picked up, right? So have a little bit of a discussion as well. You're on this defensive side as PRX, you want to try and gather as much as possible, especially when you're already in the lead. I mean, I think towards Ascent as well, and so far PRX have been the team that have got the most successive rate on defense for this stage.
That's considering
let's
a few maps they have played, but
win
we'll
Ascent
see.
first before we even talk
Do
about
have an
Lotus,
outline
dude.
hands of something right now.
Oh.
Some possible ultimates as well. Forsaken does stay alive. PRX has been pushing out for the past couple of rounds. T1 and playing cautious.
Yeah, just falling back towards a bit of defaults for this PRX side. Prowler in towards B main, not spotting anything. Jing tempting fate. Wow. Does it nicely though, doesn't he? Look at
Yo, one more!
Really gorgeous. Imagine a third in this one. No,
Okay,
removed.
well,
But it is an
it's okay. It's okay.
advantage.
He got two big
Petman
ones.
relaying forward, however. But the main thing is you've just lost your smokes.
Yeah, it can make it a
Okay.
little bit difficult on the defensive
When you put
side,
it that
but
way.
it is a 4 versus 5.
Okay, Jet has smokes.
And you do have a
Be fine.
nightfall for Forsaken in for a retake scenario, so you'd be happy in this sort of position. Patman would get the 0 point back online. Actually, as I said, he's just got it back online at the 55-second mark, so...
Well, that is also precisely why he's trying to play into a more defensive position
three.
there. Finds every single one of them. Tries to
Oh
spray
my
and pepper all of
days.
them down to possibly allow something to peek out with this Outlaw. In position now. Crosshair zeroed in. Chooses to take out the drone, the turret instead, into the pop flash, but still great Nightfall. And that allows for the rest of PRX to begin marching in. Meteor trying to thread the needle once like he's done before. He might be seized up to 1 HP. Where then,
3-9.
even though his
3-9.
feet have been
We need
planted
every
firmly in
single
the
round,
ground,
bro.
Forsaken removes him outright.
Oh, I'm so cold.
It strikes him 6 feet under.
The room I'm in.
Nice retake round again for PRX there, and that's why I highlight the Nightfall, right? That's why I highlight the 4 versus 3, because they're going to be absolutely happy to go in for the retake scenario like that. Patman with the 0 point, it removes the turret. It gives his teammate a little bit of an option to peek out just a little bit with the Outlaw before ultimately having to destroy it when the 8 seconds are up. So a couple of great little moments there for PRX that you can give them a pat on the back. And they set themselves up quite nicely now for another round on the back of that swinger, because there's no real credits in the back pocket for T1, who have to play Hero Stinger. Now, you heard me talking about it earlier, Clark. Hero Stinger percentages have been very strangely potent in Pacific this year.
Buzz is the one wielding it.
Yeah, so let's see if he can do it.
Oh, straight in, close range, but
Very
quick
nice.
Yeah,
Okay, Buzz is
spotted
down,
out
Buzz
by
is down.
Defy.
We return to normal.
Sheer wall as well. Forsaken
Ow.
just happy to lap
Nice.
up every single final target at this point. Ooh!
Oh my
the
god.
fragment. Still,
Bro.
though, fully aware of where T1 are. Just got to play around the position safe enough. T1 begin to stream forward. Divine for the first kill. Forsaken for the off angle. Patman from spawn as well. 7-3.
3-9, 3-9, 3-9.
have a
So
pretty
fucking about. And then we go
damning
Lotus, and then we don't have to worry
defensive
about
side
anything
here.
anymore.
PRX.
Right? Maybe? I don't know.
Into this next round as well with
Hell, I'm-
some lesser weaponry, but they've got some ults there that can cut T1 down to size. Something's going to get out the operator, so they can even change the look on their defensive side as well. And I mean, you're staving off an aggression, right? You're locking 3 players behind the shear. You contend with the tip of the spear and Buzz trying to upset you on the site with a flash drive support by Stacks. Not going to work. So PRX are starting to recognize what they need to do on this map, specifically on the defensive side here, to try and make it something of a 9-3.
He's beginning with it. Warning shot from the operator. Forsaken with the peek in towards B main. Meteor has been continuously getting shut down.
Yeah, I mean, he's always just been noted, at least over at the B site, right? Whether it be by Prowler, by Haunt, or this time by Body.
Possible slight agent diff, but that's it now. We do have Stacks.
He knows.
Snucked in.
Do
towards
we
Pizza.
know?
Something with the op, toying with
Pick
Fate.
it!
Oh,
Doesn't really
didn't
Get out!
just catch the belt.
Oh my god, pick
Still
it! Pick it!
scoped
Nice.
in though.
Yeah, you're not getting out of that one as Stacks, unfortunately.
God.
Another 5 versus 3 now, Quack.
Able to punch through. A main, it's a little bit clear. The fragment and everything all thrown in just to force them
in
off
the
as well.
air, in the
Something with
mid-air.
mid-air shot. Jing in for the spray. And now for the
Nice.
final
One
shot.
more, one
Something
more,
picking up
one
huge
more.
numbers as compared to the previous map.
Absolutely smushed down.
Bro.
That is a great shot to
Not
come
even
out
the middle
from
of the
something
air.
you
Big
expect.
smiles.
And yeah, I mean, highlight it again, right? Just forget the result on the first map. Come out of this one as a fresh new one. You still know how to play Ascent, even if you haven't had some good results on it. It's a map that's been in this game for
Thank
ages.
God the
and
alerts
you've,
aren't
what,
getting anything.
Changed one player in towards your roster, right? Mindfreak is technically still here, but Patman's in it.
Which then brings to mind also
One
for
more.
T1, any recovery. I haven't really called it any timeout yet.
Yeah. I mean, they'll hold it for the second half. They feel the need to, switching onto their defensive side again. They are playing the old faithful Agents of 5, the normie meta, the boring meta.
The normie meta.
Yeah, it's boring.
Well,
Remember, you give me 100 agents, right? People are probably still going to play
Killjoy
this
always
it's
lurks.
tried and true. It's optimal.
Yeah, this
You
is
know,
true.
It's a team that
Is-
are so used to.
Is it though? Because PRX are leading quite.
Okay.
8-3,
Fair.
trying to turn it 9-3
Fair
now.
enough. We have modern iterations of the Ascent comp. For that said, though, right now,
mean,
there's a
how?
lot of footsteps, a lot of information in towards B until T1 rotates silently in towards A.
And you got to remember, There is a null command for stacks. Izu with a Hunter's Fury. They can look to set these up as Izu's playing Lurk. Maybe has to think better of overextending by himself too much. 50 seconds to go. 0 point though. Getting what, 2, maybe 3?
Oh, we have
Which
heavy
would be
A,
enough
bro.
to confirm a possible hit. The turret down as well. 50 seconds left for T1, and they have yet to decide.
Are they scared in a situation
They're-
like this?
oh, they're
from
going
the shadows
back.
from Sylvan still to spot out some information if they want to pivot, but it's just going to be a pivot up the guts of mid, potentially to still go to the A site if they do
Mid,
want to.
oh god, our mid is open!
Out.
Oh
Just
my
confirming the
days!
information now. The eyes are going to be towards this
But we know,
Bravo site, and something's guns have to do the delivery here.
Oh, so quick. Well, thankfully, Jing does TP down towards Boathouse, though.
Hey,
to
one guy's
hold
backside.
something close by, might push into stairs. Jing gets taken out, and this might be a chance for T1 to get the spike down. Playing post plant as well.
Blaze are going to come back online for something here. Divide with the Steel Garden 2.
In position, but you also do have Meteor kind of lurking back around. PRX might not
Oh
be
my
aware. Then
God.
you have the Hunter Spear being sent through. Meteor springs forward,
Fuck
and it's
for it,
just
okay.
Divide left.
The
1v5.
worst, but
Might have sent
need-
over the ult, but
need more.
can he really find every single shot if he pushes through that
Yo,
smoke?
Divide,
He might
$5
find
million.
certain death, so trying to play it safe, but he gets suppressed as well into position. Then Buzz to pick up the burst. A flawless round for T1 at the end of the first half.
Yeah, you think they might get a little bit locked out of that A site there as well, right? And they're opting not to have Sylvan with the From the Shadows to just book it towards B, open up some space for any
13-4.
lurkers that might be still
Ambitious.
on the site itself, which technically Jing did get there a little bit early, right? He wasn't taken out. He was given an option to try and win some duels, but just didn't really happen there. And T1, they
So
do make it
scared,
work, but the plant goes down with the layering of the ultimates and the
Lotus!
lurk out from Meteor.
Lotus!
4 to 8
Lotus!
at the half. I think it's
Mark
quite
out hilang,
respectable
Lotus!
for PRX going in towards the second.
Oh god.
But I'm also just remembering, right, for T1, 4, whilst it's not the best, it is
Sorry,
still
my block.
manageable with a pistol, with a second, with a couple slip-ups. So we'll see. Best stacks celebration. Mouse kiss or vamos!
Okay, mouse kiss. that's what it's going down to. I think we've seen a lot. I think one of my favorite ones, though, is the one where he kind of gave that wave for PRX, you know, against, was it Cloud9 from way back when? Which is scarier?
Good wave, good wave. Which is scarier, Forsaken's Agent Pull or Alex's punch?
Punch!
Yeah, probably the
Punch!
punch, because we look at Forsaken's stretch of agents, and I mean, I'm going to do him dirty here. Look how many agents are actually resulting in a negative.
Oh, whoa.
I mean, when you only have like a couple of agents played once, right? It's the smallest of sample sizes.
When you put it like that.
Yeah.
Generally, well,
Alex's punch, I mean, that's a lot more consistent than the agents that Forsaken's playing, so...
That's good.
Oh my god, all jokes aside, this still could go the distance.
For sure.
Depending on how PRX starts off on the second half. T1
Okay.
definitely show signs of life still. We're starting off with Buzz under Sheriff, possibly peeking down mid.
Yeah, let's see what PRX's offenses do.
Gotta win
have
pistols,
for
bro.
us now.
Right, this is where PRX truly got tested because they haven't seen T1's Ascent in the longest time ever,
Yeah.
remember?
And
I'll
they
go
can
meet
have
every
as much
single round.
guesses as they want with what agents will be specifically where and what tendencies T1 are going to come out with. But, you know, defensive side for this 5 was a meta for the longest of times. Generally Killjoy B site, but a change up for T1. A little bit of a different look, and I don't mind it right now. But the test is going to be over to the B choke for Izu.
He spots him. Takes a bit of damage as well. Jing with a flash through. Ooh, that's lovely. Allows them to find Izu, but
what?
Stacks and Buzz.
Okay,
undetected.
okay,
They
calm
spring
down.
forward. Forsaken to trade back. It's 2v2.
Yeah, it was a 4 versus 2 for a mere moment in time, wasn't it? Plants to start to go down by Patman, clearing the site 2 first, has the 0 point available. Do you expect Forsaken to have slipped in towards B main here?
Maybe, especially with the flash. You do have the smoke up as well, so Sylvan could definitely block things off. Forsaken looking to peek off of the smoke bloom, though, but a little bit early now. He finds himself in a precarious
My days.
position.
Oh,
Can
my
he
days.
find a single
Oh
shot
god, help me!
for the haunts, but gets cut out the animation.
I like this from Patman. A good
I'm in.
reposition, but
Yes,
Sylvan
yes, yes.
Expecting it on a shot.
Oh!
And now for the next one, he finds every single bit, and he
my-
laps it all up. 1v2
Thank you.
clutch. It's a Red Bull victory for Patman to
How do you
pick
say
the
thank
pistol
you
up in the second half of PRX.
Filipino?
Man, I'm looking towards the ghost shots to come out in this round, and you're just thinking to yourself, why have
Salamat,
they bought
salamat
armor?
po.
Why have they got
Salamat
25
po,
extra
bro.
HP that I can't finish him off immediately?
Thank you.
But the ones that haven't got that little light shield in there, I mean, they just
Salamat,
head
salamat,
removed
salamat.
from the shoulders. Buzz and stacks, courtesy of Forsaken in that one. But this first shot from Patman, I mean,
That's a good
just
shot, brother.
absolutely disgusting.
And it just tells you how confident he is now. If there were a scenario where he wasn't feeling as confident, was hiding still inside Boathouse, that might have been a very different round. So great round by Patman, but back in.
I mean, let's just put Patman on KO
All the time. We'll see. Depends on what the team demands, but still right now, at least with the Vandal shots being sounded off, T1 then beginning to move on over. Tavai trying to lurk and hold out by top mid. Will be able to clip someone's head in towards the site, though. The hit kind of trails off.
Oh, damn, that shit is on the floor.
Bit. Tavai not able to get a second one, but it's a little bit of damage.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, good enough. Then for the site hit to come through, Paranoia sent over. Something looking for a different pathing, knowing that could be, well, Izu kind of tucked in somewhere.
Holy!
Straight forward with the Bulldog. Something
God, what's that gun?
towards Spawn. He does find the first one. And then to play Disciplined. Hunt to check out B main as well, but nothing seen. Meteor then slowly creeping forward. In for the shots. Petman finds
1 HP,
Meteor.
1 HP.
Sylvan down on 19 HP, courtesy of the damage that Divide dealt.
We don't
before his
lose another
demise,
gun.
So this one becomes difficult.
Yeah. In for Petman on the peak as well. Will quickly dispatch Sylvan with that headshot. Decent economical damage as well, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
what?
mean, something that we think of from T1, right? They're getting a lot of victories, but they're never
Put your
doing
pants,
them
eat
clean
it.
to O style, right? It's always these
Don't
three
waste
numbers
it,
that
bro.
we're delivered for them, always keeping us on the edge of our seat. But you know, still looking to have some deep runs, still looking to do some great damage. Is this another scenario, another page in the book of T1 Map 3 affairs? The way that PaperX are playing at the moment, potentially so. But this bonus round here is going to be a potential decisive blow for either which way. It's a great little buyout for PaperX, by the way. 3 Vandals, a Bulldog and a Judge. You can definitely work with that.
100%. Endurance, and Meteor still has some left in the tank until that is. Something bleeds him dry.
Yeah, tagged up by the Shock Dart as well. So 49, Harry Potter's there. See if he's still going to be able to bring some magic in this round for PaperX. Meanwhile, bit of a lookout from Sylvan to mid. You've got Stacks there as well, up the guts.
And then possibly for Jing, something to cast Wingardium Leviosa into the A site, but you do have Sylvan sneaking up with an invisible cloak, though.
Patman's aware. He's aware of it, and he's got Sylvan. So now things look a little bit better for PaperX. Meanwhile, Patman picking up the null command, removing everything.
Whoa,
Stacks
okay, we saw him,
early.
Dives
And he's
down.
not going to do anything.
Well, flash play being read as well. Down to Buzz, who's
Yeah, he
looking
got the
for
one
the
that's
shots. He
low
does
at
find the
least.
first, but Patman, once again,
Oh, Patman's
back
popping.
online. Izu the only one left, and he's right on the other end of that smoke. Jing quickly spots him out.
Bonus round secured for PaperX. This is why I mentioned that
Lotus.
there's certainly enough
We are,
that they
right?
can,
Yes,
can do
we
in
are.
this
Of course
round,
we are.
right? Starting off with something, finishing with Patman.
I don't know,
have to
he's
say,
still
picking
talking
up
about Harry Potter, dude.
good mindset, the good awareness that mid is open and T1 could be lurking up
What
there.
led
So
him
the
to
fact
talk
that he's
about
able to
Harry
find
Potter,
that
I
kill,
wonder?
he already had the null command going into that kill before Sylvan, but just popping it in towards the site. I mean, you've got, what, 3 players assisting there for something's kill? I mean, you're getting everybody
Yeah,
kind of
chill.
contributing in this map for PaperX in some way or another. That's the bonus round 1, so it's 11
Much better
to...
And whatever the fuck
Yeah,
we were
That's a
playing
better
on
one
freaking
for
Fracture.
the Korean fans.
that's why it's a little bit silent in the S-Flex stadium for now. But that said, you know, it still is a hell of a map for Patman.
And I mean, if you remove yourself from the equation,
Wingardium
in this
Leviosa
scenario,
onto
we
site?
were flipping it the other way on Fracture, right?
fuck?
So this very well
Okay.
may be a scenario where you're just trading maps
Spicy,
and
hi,
pushing
Spicy.
us to the third.
It certainly looks like that's what both teams want us to do. But I will say, though, you know, the score
remember- yeah, me
on
too.
Fracture
I remember
kinda different, right? With how many
shit
rounds
on that
we
map.
kind of let slip.
Yep,
This time, however, you know, a lot more stability, thanks to the likes of Jing, who's putting up huge kills
That's
on the
one way
open,
to
but
across the game,
also
I
for
guess.
Patman, again, I mean, I have to
Yep.
mention, because he's so aware, he's been a great
Yep,
addition
there
to
is
the team.
Lotus.
And I mean, I'll
This-
highlight
yeah, sure.
something as well, right? He's getting 1
Oh.
kill almost nearly every round, where in the last map he had 1 kill total.
Can't count Ilya out, but that
Stop
said,
talking about the
we'll
one
have to
kill,
see
Jesus
what Team has
Christ.
in stock for us. They called the
Oh,
timeout
God.
now,
Yeah, but it's just the bad buy, right? It's a stinger, it's some sheriffs.
where you might be facing that point.
Yeah, I mean, might
Yo.
be here somewhere.
We cannot lose this round. As much as
Is it
we want to
in
pull a
service
Paper
today?
X right now, we cannot
Lots of
pull a
killjoys
Paper
set
X right now.
for the A site here.
We cannot, bro.
Refresh the one way, you can send in a Prowler as Forsaken to spot some information before ultimately going together as a unit.
Meanwhile, it's just all the defensive utility around the A site. PaperX Not really reconned out so far.
Yeah, this gets a little bit dangerous as T1 do have 3.
Just trying for the default hold. Yeah, 3 on the side, but we'll see if they can find close
Yo,
range to pick
yo.
something. Oh, quick on the snap. Timmy for the kills as well. Timmy the turret does find 1, but Buzz in with a ghost 2. Then trying to waterfall off, but still with the pop flash in. Oh, come on. It's not quite enough. Stacks tries to line them
So
forward.
many reveals off Izu's Recon, just can't finish
Not
anyone.
enough. Yep, you got the Razor Vines up now as well. I think they shot it down, but still in for the firefight. It's just PRX with a firing squad.
2v1, 2v1.
Yeah, both of them are low, aren't they? This is...
Oh.
Izu, slight chance, but
Hell no,
PRX
hell no,
trying
hell
to
no,
hold up
2v1,
for the
2v1,
linear
2v1,
line
yo.
now, which
Please,
makes it
please,
tough
we don't gotta
for
pay, we gotta
Izu
do
to swing
don't-
all the way forward. It would take a massive
Just chill, just chill. Fucking hell.
bunch of cojones for him to really go in for the duel. Waits for the recon,
Fuck
plays
the
it
recon,
safe.
it's fine. Just shoot that
PRX
shit.
quickly
Oh my
shooting it
days, oh
down.
god.
Not quite able to locate the wall bang. He's trying to triangulate their positions, but PRX
God.
tucked down, low HP, but Patman
Nice,
still
nice.
comes out on
Oh,
top.
match
Just
point.
not able to get it.
This has to be a Lotus angle. No, this has to be a Lotus angle.
The Recon got so much for Izu in that round, just not able to find a kill with the Sheriffs there.
Ah, putang
We
ina
get
mo!
to see it back in the replays, but of course, you know, a Haunt coming out, you know, an opportunity, a turret getting a kill in there onto Forsaken.
I thought Meteor was gonna get one there.
But yeah,
When something turned his back, holy
nearly
shit,
a
bro.
round just
I saw the
stripped
light.
back by T1. With it not going their way though, Quack, that means it is a flawless attacking side for PRX so far, and it's now 8 map points.
Flawless in terms of 4
Deal
rounds.
again.
We'll
What
see.
deal
Buzz
do you
now
want?
has an op in his hands, posted up mid. Doesn't really spot too much though.
Yep, posted up mid.
Oh, nice. I see what you did there. That's it. PRX still kind of eluding a lot of these sight lines. They route back towards B.
And this is where they just need to you know, let it get the better of them. It's only 1 round, it's only 1 round, but we have seen a lot of teams crumble and falter in scenarios like
Yeah,
this.
I don't.
Yes.
Some information off the drone.
Well, for the rest of T1, they're still sticking true to their positions.
Oh, good timing on the 0 point, actually. Removing the Nightfall from the equation for a couple of seconds and not allowing enough time for T1 to start to rotate towards the B side.
Wow, which is also a great push then for Meteor to go out A main.
And what does he do best? When we think of Meteor, we think of him in this game, Valorant. His lurks have always been a treat to witness.
Fine heads-up duels to crash down onto the
Killjoy!
dinosaurs once again. Do they turn that around? Answer so far, nope. PRX.
And he just had to find 1. He's got to go back towards the site for his utility potentially, or play to the numbers.
Which means PRX are
Ooh,
then
Lotus
kind
up
of just
now.
funneled straight into B. Something trying to fly
He's
past
tanking
a lot
it,
of it,
Jesus.
though. Does hold out towards the top of market, but down towards the exact lane. Something then finding a double kill. Izu stacks. Can they hold it down in Boathouse? So far, so good. Izu with the double kill. Something swaps on, pulls out the blaze. He finds
What
the
the
right
hell
click.
am I watching? I don't know. I don't care.
He doesn't quite
my
have
God,
the
we're going to
doesn't
Lotus!
need it as the Vi has collapsed
Okay.
towards T1. We end the second map 13-4. A swift victory
What the
picked up
fuck?
and pushing us
Holy
into
shit!
map number 3.
I mean, this series deserved
my
it. Our last
God!
series deserved it. It's elimination
Right.
games in
My
VCT
dick hurts.
Pacific playoffs here,
Fuck this.
baby. And we
Oh
get
my God,
map
chat, it's not
number
over.
3
Chat,
to
chat,
hopefully
whatever
deliver
copium
yet
that you
again.
fucking
It's
have.
good to see as well.
I don't know what is it, but
PRX
it's
World
not
Cup
over. It's actually
coming
not
into
over
us.
after that
We
cheat
were
in game
asking them,
part
where
chatting,
are
bro.
you, sleepers?
I
They
was-
are here.
Oh, it's
Right,
not over.
I
It's
was
not over.
so
It's not
afraid
over. It's
of
not
what it
over.
would feel
Yo,
like in their,
YouTubers!
ready
The bot
room,
stays
but
up.
Thankfully, they've been given a wake-up call. They're back here.
Oh, the bot stays up.
How does that look then on towards our final map? T1, they still got
How
a
about
lot
you
of
go?
life into
What do you
them.
mean
They are
stop
weakening
yelling? I'm not yelling if I want to.
inside.
Fucking hell. Do
You
you know
can see
what?
Buzz
Do you know
going
what
ham at
PRX fans
times,
just been
so
through?
definitely don't want to count them out.
We have a
Yeah, I mean,
treat
what,
in
33
game.
on map number 1, it's 34
And then
on map number 2.
a lot of us
I mean,
lost
what's
hope
in
then.
store for the
You don't
finals
understand.
this
Get the hell
time
out.
on
You don't get it.
Lotus.
Motherfucker.
Oh, that is such a tantalizing map to
Holy
finish this
shiver.
series, isn't it?
Yeah, so much so. I mean, think about T1
Yeah,
going
I will
overtime
yell
from
if I
before.
want to, I don't
PRX
care.
playing this map several times and having rocky
my
performances back and forth. You never quite know what's going to happen, but you can be sure that it's going to be very entertaining.
Benim
battle.
Zeles.
Komodo
I don't know how to ban
It's
on
all
YouTube. How
aboard
do you
the
do it?
T1 or PRX Express.
I mean, someone's getting eliminated
I
on the
don't know
tail
how to
end
do it.
of the next map, not picking up any more points
Oh,
in
really?
towards
all good, bro.
the VCT Pacific chances to get
Also,
in
chat,
towards champions.
For those of you that are
later
new
this
here,
year.
I get
Of course,
really
you can get there
agitated
through,
when I
you know,
watch my
doing
team
good
play. I
in
get super
stage two,
fucking
right? You get
agitated.
points, you're picking up
So if
hopefully
it's
a
something that you
top
don't
spot
like,
to
if
get
you don't
the
like
direct invite,
people that
but
yell, you don't like
never wanna have to rely on,
crazy people,
trying to do
don't
something
watch
from,
me.
a
I
down
promise you,
position.
I'm not the
That's right.
streamer
We'll
for
toss
you.
it
You
back
gotta
over
go.
onto our
I am
desk
just
to
not the
break
streamer
down this
for you.
map that we just witnessed.
For the rest of you, lol XD, how are you feeling? From a 313 to a 413, but the other way around.
We're back! PaperX is back! We're back on the roller coaster, and this is how it goes. 13-4. PaperX takes Ascent, and something really giving an amazing performance, really bringing to life PaperX once again.
We are so back.
We're back!
Ah, you guys get it. You guys get it. Like, you don't understand, bro.
I'd like
The
to
ones that don't
apologize for
understand, they
picking
don't
medical
understand, dude.
consent. Why on earth have they done that?
Holy shit.
I mean,
What a
PRX,
round.
it's
What a
the
goddamn
same win
round.
conditions that we've seen work for them on this map before. They start out beautifully on the defense. They have such a great active defense with the double E knit.
Yeah.
Something got active. Everyone was performing across the board. So, look, fantastic performance for PRX, but if you're going to point out the fact that T1 played well on Fracture and PRX completely underperformed, the exact same thing happened in this second
Okay,
map. I
now
felt like Buzz was the only one who turned
we have
up to
another
this
thing to
game.
stress about.
I've never seen Meteor get bullied so hard on the kill
Oh,
joint.
They
no,
were
we have another
running
thing.
at him. He could do nothing. I mean, I do have
This
to
is-
agree with you. I have to say
this
this
is
was a
it.
T1
The
underperformance.
last map.
For me, I'm still
Whatever
confused why
happens,
T1
happens,
picked this map,
whether
because
gonna be
obviously,
playing another game
they
tomorrow.
come
I
up with
don't
the
know.
default
No,
card.
they have to go to map
Surprise!
3. We can't win 2-0.
That's true.
We don't play 2-0 Valorant. We
I
play
told you.
2-1.
Yo, he went from
It's not an
115
elimination
to the match
it's
MVP.
Playoffs. There are no
This
more
is Valorant for
2-0s.
you, dudes.
That was in group stages.
Reals.
It's not
115 to
about
this,
the story.
dude.
Something had
Hello?
to create the doubters to then prove them wrong in map 2. Where were you when something
Elimination,
came
yeah,
alive?
it is.
Have you
Where were you when
Tomorrow
they
be
ran
against
the
Boom if we win.
railroad
Have you
all the
been
way to
talking to
Toronto?
Sideshow? Have you been talking to Sideshow? I'm getting the same vibes.
I just-
from you're missing the tinfoil hat.
I'm just a
here.
believer. I'm just a believer.
So you
This
know
is
what we
they
learned from
want.
this?
They want you to think
Put
they're gonna lose.
something
That's when they're
on
at their most
Jet.
powerful.
Please. Just put him on Jet, bro.
Replays.
We're
Let's roll the
gonna
replays
check out some replays right now because even I'm overwhelmed.
Look, I think what I really like from PRX this game is, like I said, the active defense. I'm not
rate is
usually a fan of Fade on this map, but the way that they play Fade and KO on this map is fantastic. You can see they're fighting both mains at once.
Yeah,
In this
yeah, yeah.
clip here,
Just
the
put
Fade
him on
was,
Jet. That's
prowlering
what
out
we
B main
should have
while they're
learned
fighting
the
A
last
main.
time we played.
This active retake as well. Paranoia straight through market. Prowler straight down into B main,
Might
and they're
cry.
getting a triple flank off while T1 has taken the B
So
side.
far,
They
the
can just
YouTube
be so
stream bot
flexible
still stays
and
up.
active with
I was
this
about to
comp,
just
and
delete
way
the
that
entire
Forsaken
thing, dude.
plays this Fade is
But can I
fantastic to
edit the
watch.
Yeah,
VOD
the Fade is the real
after
standout.
like I
You know,
end stream
we
on
see he's
YouTube?
able to
I'ma
use these
cut that
prowlers,
first
so
map out.
hiding
Like
in
I
those
never
corners
streamed it.
like we just so easy do. It's
Fuck
so
it, man.
much less
We'll cut that
effective
shit.
because we have so much less. You just have less
What's the
YouTube
score?
with the Sober, right?
1-1 right now.
Bullying Meteor. Like, you'll see another clip of it later on, but like, literally, they know that Meteor's
Wait, but
defaulting B main, and they
bro.
just run at him.
Gotta highlight Alex and the kind of IGL.
Oh,
you
never,
know,
I don't know.
whoever the
I'm gonna
IGL
try
technically
cutting that
is,
shit out.
but
I think
this
you can
game plan
somehow
was, like, really
edit like
good.
Yeah, look
after
at this.
streaming on
Like,
YouTube.
this is
Like when
just
you end the stream,
Forsaken
I think you
on
can
his
actually
own at B,
edit it.
dry
If I'm not wrong, I'm not
peeking
so
Meteor and
sure.
one-tapping him. Like,
I can
what
cut
is
out the
this?
first part.
Meteor's
I'ma
like
cut
one
that
of the
shit
best
out, dude.
players in the world usually. You're just running at him.
I mean, I
And
think
editor, right?
PRX are
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
best
yeah,
at
yeah,
doing
yeah,
this,
yeah.
where they realize somebody's having a bad game. And, you know, I think they're really not afraid to kind of adapt their play style to go, oh, this guy's not having a good day. Let's run him down. I felt
But
like
they now know you cut it out.
I think so as well.
I don't
Especially
care.
Forsaken, you know, on the
They
fade,
know, but they'll
he's
never watch it.
so oppressive.
But they can watch it
And
somewhere
honestly,
else,
there's
but
still
you'll
a
never
little
watch
bit of that
mine.
duelist in him, no matter what
Bruh.
agent he plays, right? We've seen it on
Twitch
so
and YouTube,
many of
that's
the
fine.
long list of agents that he's played. That's really
Hello.
just him. And Meteor, yes, one of the best players in the world, but hey, so is Forsaken. We're seeing that here. We are going into map number 3 now, though. We are going into Lotus. What are we expecting here?
Well, I think first we wanted to talk about the Joman.
it's
The
Joman time!
Joman! The
time for the Joman.
Joman!
It's Joman time.
I don't have a Joman with
I
me.
mean, how could we move on without
Look,
talking about this guy?
Legit.
He's so back!
I can't believe it. Everyone's talking about global esports Yeoman, but what about the Joman?
Come
What
on.
is this
I
joke?
mean, this is a guy who
I don't get
didn't
it.
have fantastic performances on this Omen before. We saw even
Yes, yes, yes.
Forsaken
If we
flexing
somehow
across,
win
comes
map
back
3,
to Ascent,
you know, I'm
and
gonna leave
he
everything
lit
in. But
up in this first half. He said, guys, I'm not happy to
This
go out
showman.
right now. I'm going to step up and I'll carry this one.
Yeah.
This first half, he was just so sharp, so electric. You would just, you know, like we saw Forsaken do, he would just walk into main by himself and kill 2. He was an absolute demon.
I think Jing's probably the best player on Paper X for me in these last couple of games. Like
Yeah.
stage 1 for sure. Jing has been fantastic. He's been playing the controller. He's been playing the secondary duelist. He is fragging, and you love
Ducks
to
in
see it.
Lotus? I think our
over
Lotus
on,
is pretty
the
okay.
third
I don't think
map,
we
he's going
suck
to be
at
unleashed back
Lotus.
on the Jays, I believe.
The
We're going to see
Jays.
the Foeman instead.
Yeah, that's potential. But we could see the Foeman and the Jays. We do have to give it up for something as well, because we were questioning, of course, that performance on the first map where he was
I guess
totally
something
absent.
is never ever gonna play
Whoa.
Brimstone at this point.
I
no?
was always a something believer.
Yeah.
He's back
It
because
was-
he never
It
left.
was not great, Morgan. It was not great.
All right, break time, chat. I'm gonna go
I've
get a
said
drink.
He had to
The
make
break time,
the
bye-bye.
doubters.
He had
to.
Go take a break, guys. Insert 10 million ads. Oh!
Yeah.
Okay,
He's like,
bear.
just you
I'm gonna
wait.
get some.
but-
Just you
What
wait.
is it called?
All
Isotonic
good
drink.
reach.
I need
All
Jesus.
good of him. I mean, like, to be fair, to be able to turn around from 1 kill to 19 is massively admirable. It's a huge reset for him, and that's what PRX
absolutely.
need. They need him to be alive.
He was like this backstage, ladies and gentlemen. This was what Pilsky and I were listening to, and I was like, hey, I'm a Paper X believer as well.
This
but
isn't copium. This is genuine belief. This is real emotion.
I did have my copium though. I did have my copium, and I feel like it's all gone now because it's all been Mogan. But yes, we are going into map number 3,
Lotus.
and this is an elimination match. Once again, we have to understate that because one of these teams is going home, and it seems unbelievable that it could be T1, it could be Paper X.
I think for Paper X, I've been liking their Lotus on the last couple of reps. They've recently just swapped onto this double duelist comp with the Rays and the Yoru. I've been liking how they've been playing on it, and they've won their last 2 games on this comp. Most of their losses come with their old comp on the Waylay. For T1, they've also been swapping things up a lot. We saw Meteor on the Teo, and they've swapped away from double duelist. I feel like since they lost in Bangkok, coming back in towards stage 1 here in Pacific, you've seen T1 try a couple of different things. They tried to stay on the double duelist and flex onto a Viper instead of a Cypher, as well as the fade over the Sova. But now I think they've moved entirely away from double duelist, and it's been pretty shaky. Like, they lost pretty hard to RRQ. They lost a close game, I would say, to DRX, so maybe there's still some promise to this comp, but I really don't know what to expect from T1.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I find it interesting that both of these teams have sort of interpreted the meta oppositely, where we saw T1 start on double duelist, then move away to breach Teo, and we saw Paper X start on breach Teo and move away to double duelist. So Paper X now prioritizing player comfort, T1 moving away from player comfort to be what is a little bit more meta with that breach Teo. So very different takes on this map, and I think it's all set to be an absolute banger here on Lotus.
Yeah, I think it's also because Paper X, when you have players like Jing, when you have players like Forsaken, you really do want to lean into their strengths.
Yeah.
And because
we
they
actually
can't
made
play
it
that
to
way, they
tournament,
can't
dude.
perform
Any
that way,
doubters?
why not?
Anyone doubt
Why
that
not
they
just
were
go for
actually
the
make
double
it?
duelist? It's been their signature for so long.
You
I mean,
motherfuckers.
there was even a
I
time
saw
where it
chat
was even
after the
more
first
than
map,
that,
dude.
But why not? It's W gaming.
Y'all
for
are
sure.
hating.
And for
God damn
T1,
it.
you do want to lean into how smart and how adaptable your players are as well. Going into map number 3 though, and my big question is
Really?
the comeback potential, right? Can T1
Really?
reset? Is Paper X better at doing that?
Oh.
So those are big questions that are going in my head right now.
I think Paper X are feeling great backstage. They're saying, "Hey, we didn't let that map 1 affect us. You know, it was
Copium
terrible."
all the way, fair
Something
enough.
is saying, "Yeah, that map."
Oh, is that
he's
how you
just
found me?
forgotten about that map 1,
Wait,
and now
really?
all that's in his head is that he can fight these guys. They look at how much they bullied Meteor. I think they are thinking these
I'm
T1
okay on my
guys
side.
can't keep up with us now. They have so much confidence going into map 3, where T1 are on the opposite side of this, where they did have that dominant map 1, and now after losing map 2, you start to worry a little bit. You start to doubt. You start to think,
Sorry.
okay, now they've woken up. Now it's about the strategy, and I think T1 will
Still
be more in their
doubting
heads about this
this
than
group?
Paper X.
Oh, damn it.
Paper X thrive
hell?
on the chaos, T1 down.
Yeah, I don't know.
Guys,
we'll see
good
what we
YouTube?
get. I think something is the right player to highlight here on the Yoru on this map. He's been a bit
that's
up and
my
down.
only
He had
emote
one
on YouTube,
fantastic
bro. It's a
game,
black screen.
One kind of lackluster game, but you cannot go past T1 very, very close game against DRX the last time they played Lotus,
I
whereas
see you, yeah?
PRX have more so been playing some of the lower tier teams in Pacific. Looking at T1, they're not going to change anything up. So yet again, Meteor is going to be on the Teo. Izu will stay on the Viper. I probably would have preferred them swap those roles, but they're going to back themselves, especially with how close they pushed DRX. I think they're going to think that that was a very winnable map for them.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm still curious about that. I think the other way around is a much more
Okay, what do we have?
fit,
Something
but,
on the
they gotta know
Euro.
something we don't. Over on the side of PRX, they are sticking with the double duelist with the Bowman. Jing back to that raise. I like this for PRX. This is what they were built on. This is what
somebody
PRX
just
built
try
their
to
dynasty on. Was double duelist. It was aggressive. It was in your face. So don't change
What cell
now.
of Valorant?
Roll
Heck.
that train all the way to Toronto.
How did I
That was
just read?
something over on the Jet where he was really thriving. Now he's back on the Yo. It's been up and down for him. So if he has a huge game here, this is definitely PRX advancing in the lower bracket.
Yeah.
Hey, if not now, when, right? This is the best time to bring it all out. And for both teams as
I'm
well.
so cold.
T1 versus PaperX once more. Now going into Lotus, the final map of the day. Toss it on over to your casters, Quack and Komodo.
It's not on the Jet, but I mean, at least
Big
it's not a
Time's got a
Dreamy.
fantastic point. This was built brick by brick, he says. But at the same time,
Here we
whether or
go.
not
Here we go.
you're
Them
on
go.
the
This is
hype
it. Make it
train
or break
for
it.
T1 or on the hype train for
Oh, God.
PaperX, this will definitely be a banger map.
Absolutely. I mean, you know what we say? We only have bangers on Split. Oh, wait. No, we're on Lotus. T1 actually decided to ban Split, so we don't get that as the third decider. And we get more of a rickety-rockety, shaky map here. I mean, Split's not the greatest for both of these teams anyways as well, let's be real. But hey, favoring themselves a little bit more on the Lotus side of things and inside of Split. So let's see how it's going to happen for them. T1 on the attacking side, PaperX on defense, and they already having a how do you do up the front of B. Going to think better of that, however, and have to start to transition potentially to A.
Now, this is exactly what both teams get to do. They have Euros in their composition. Something. Gate crashes in towards Heaven on towards A, where he might be able to spot things out. T1 playing caution.
Yeah, back around the door as well. See who's going to be first casualty in this round, as it's quite the slow one at the moment. Do have Devi with the Vice Util over at C Mound with a flash still available as well.
Some smoke's being drawn out by Forsaken as well, though, so we'll see. He does position himself for the Mound push in with the flashes, and Devi finds the first frag.
Yeah, the double flash combo, Paranoia deep, Arcro's close. Try and blind up everybody, but with that kill, you got to transition to the A side of things. Something catching some loose bullets of the right click.
As well as the spike getting planted firmly down. Something in for the peak, though. Takes
well,
down
he got
Stacks.
one at
In
least.
for the burst from the
Okay,
rest of
okay,
PRX.
okay.
Jing finding two huge shots. The J's doing some damage, but for Buzz as well, he's down low HP, so a little bit unfortunate as Forsaken will clean things up for the Dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's on
How
the
the
foam
fuck
in
did he
there,
get to
managing
there?
to get the job
Going heaven?
done. So PaperX will pick up the pistol round. Of course, they won both of them over on Ascent, and they lost both of them over on Fracture. So if we play with the common denominator, you win the pistols, you win the map.
Sometimes that's what it
All
comes
good,
down
though.
to. Still decent work in trying to bait out utility as well as.
Should have bought
make some
Odin on the
moves all
first
way
round,
across
wouldn't
map
I?
T1. That said, though, Komodo. Can't believe I am
Yeah,
saying
okay,
this,
yeah,
but
that's
we
the
do
long
have to say
blind. We didn't
goodbye
look
to
away.
one-
All good,
either
all
one
good,
of
all
these teams
good.
at the
We
end of
won the
this
round, that's
match.
all that matters, alright? Yes, yes.
PaperX, a winning team of last year, 2024. Or T1, the Masters winners.
Oh my god.
I mean, there was a world in which, you know, PaperX didn't make playoffs as well, remember? So they just narrowly scraped on by in that 4th position.
Yeah, they're still looking for that return to the international stage.
my heat
Right now,
hurts.
looking for the T1 players, hearing a lot of noise around C once again.
Yeah, we'll see what damage is going to be able to come out for T1.
Arjing to hold it, a quick swing, but PaperX with the full rifles as well as a stinger from Devi will be able to collect into so many kills. Just Izu left.
3 members, too strong.
And Apes continuing together strong against Izu. He does do a bit of damage though, but you know, that's what happens when you have 100 men against one gorilla.
Hey, so far so good, so far so good.
Izu?
I don't want to say anything, I just want to watch.
I
Guns,
haven't been
though.
on the internet long enough.
No, I stay clear from the internet a lot.
Brain rot memes.
Ah, no, those are not allowed. That's illegal.
What is allowed is the full buy now.
For sure, T1 gonna get their buy up, see if they're gonna be able to get on the board or if we're gonna have another installment of a bonus round going the way of PaperX, who don't have the worst buy as well, right? Lots of rifles in here. Combo of util towards the A Rebel side of things. And luckily enough, it was a Yoru to lead the charge and Buzz and gate crash out of there.
Also for then the Yoru to, well, for the side of PRX, play around for possible rebel control if T1 does decide to head back into A.
You got a bit of a big stacking in towards B though for PRX, with the Shia still at the front of that as well. So confirm that no one's close, at least with the Prowler. Meanwhile,
Holy shit! Oh my god!
Double, he can get out of dodge if he wants here, but the gate crash, whilst available, not online on the map. So sticking here to be this scary soldier with the judge. I don't mind it. It's a 5 versus 3.
Oh my god, bonus would be so fucking great right now.
Control at A, you've got the Sheer still protecting B, and then you've got 2 members at C.
Just thwarting T1's chances of trying to find a round right now. Still though, at least the salvo is the TP over, just bypass the Sheer. Sylvan has to play further up front. He's got to contend with Patman, who's been on a tear right now. Right off the rip in towards round 3 of map number 3 as well.
Meteor,
however,
we need his
now
bonus.
finding a single kill. Trying to play off the post-plant positions. Stacks being able to block off a little bit as well. Another trade, but low HP for then Forsaken to come in. And once again, cleaning things up.
Yeah, another installment of the bonus round as I was talking about here, right? So, choo-choo, all aboard the PRX train if you're for them, but for T1. Yeah, getting a little bit too ahead of themselves with Buzz trying to pull out some utility before getting any assurance that no one's really close towards A here. I mean, generally, why would you, right? Why would somebody be in front of a toxic screen with a judge in that location?
Can't blame him.
Bro, my
It's not
stomach
normal.
ache, dude.
You had no idea.
But it works, and this is PRX we're talking about. Sometimes they can be absolutely unexpected,
which is
catches T1 off guard here.
Just again, a bit of a welcome sight, something, you know, having the worst game on map 1. He has
Stop talking about a map 1 game, oh my god.
On the Euro on this map
Please.
as well, but
I mean,
now starting things off, not too bad.
Has he had a worse performance than 1 kill map?
Okay,
What's up, fans?
not worse than 1 kill, but you know what I mean. We do have T1 trying to fight their way back into the rounds, though. Sylvan TP'd forward in towards the
It'll be better now.
There is buy up for T1 here. See what they can work with, though. A little bit lacking on some key components, you might say. Sylvan with no Shrouded Steps, Meteor, no special delivery now. And Stacks, no flashes either on a breach, so you got to rely on buzzes a little bit more prominently, potentially.
On position for now. PRX, meanwhile, peeking out. This time with added cover. He got both flashes dumped in, and Izu collapsed upon.
And now you got another player advantage for PRX, right? Where you spot it out and push them back from Mound over towards A. You're expecting them to end at A.
For full recognition, the salvos does kind of flush Jing away, though. But with the blastback moment, he makes it away safely. Patman then in for the crouched kill, but Buzz and Stacks both pushing up front as well.
Ooh, that
Forsaken.
They have guns.
I feel like you needed to get that kill there.
They didn't buy anything on the second round?
A little bit with the Rolling Thunder, and something has been spotted, especially with the gun barrel.
Stacks might even hold on to this ult for the upcoming rounds now. Well, Forsaken, though, straight in against Buzz. No chance to pull out the util. Forsaken trying to bring things back. Meteor low, well, on for the swing. Divine to watch.
Doesn't matter that that's a
Chinese when you're in Taiwan. Bro, what do you mean? People in Taiwan speak perfect English, dude.
To the end, to the wire.
I didn't even need to translate anything. Okay, other than ordering food on the paper.
From PRX, stay on the defuse. I've
Yeah,
got you
bro, you can speak English then. They speak really well.
Valiant's attempt, I'll give it towards them, but you look through these replays and it's trades, it's shots, it's luck a little bit for Forsaken, catching some timing, and then just the last
really?
play
When I went to Taiwan, bro, I didn't need to translate anything at all.
Stick it.
I just spoke English.
Good. It's 4-0, and it's a timeout for T1.
They understood me. They replied to me in English.
Train conductors for the T1 staff.
Was great.
No, you need like a semi-truck to derail the train. That's what you need.
I was more gonna say they needed maintenance on this.
Yeah, that probably sounds better.
0-4, but trying to find a round back in together. They have had plants before.
When you consider it was
Taiwan,
5 rounds in a row to close out map number 2, and now you've got 4. That's 9 in a row technically. No, I like my.
Okay, maybe it's my own experience. I got lucky. And literally everyone that I had conversation with in Taiwan, they knew English.
Still with his timeout.
Like ordering food wasn't a problem. I had no problems at all.
And these are the sort of scenarios actually as a coach as well. Don't want to change up what your team is doing to derail them yourself.
Because we haven't really seen T1 put in such a dire situation before.
Oh, hello, Taiwan.
Yeah. So for PRX, it's got to be a positive discussion for them. I mean, this is 10 members of the server to the A side.
All 5 on both sides.
If this ain't counterplay,
Flash going over. Patman will be able to collect on the first. Blindside out from Buzz, but they have to back off.
And that's Sylvan down, right? So if you want to play with any smoke variety now, it's going to have to be on the back of Izu.
He wants this so bad. He has a Rolling Thunder, but wasn't quite sure. And something just takes full advantage of that situation.
I don't know.
This is a bit of a shutdown around the A side, isn't it?
He's back into safety as well. The drone. Buzz trying to play spoiler backing around. But you have PRX just flushing out both sides.
And baited by the Prowler as well, not expecting a little bit of an off angle on the B site too. So on the back of T1's now timeout, they are looking like not being able to convert as it's just
he spotted him.
So the first map was just a heart attack.
But the Hunter's on.
Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything at all until the game is over.
For the snap, but
yeah, I'm not saying shit.
That's how the story goes. That's how the cookie crumbles.
All good though.
Like cookies. Right now though, PRX 5-0. Pretty damaging when that's a non-conversion on the back of the timeout as well. And now I'm going to do the ult check. 5 for PRX, 3 for T1. But do T1 have the weaponry behind it?
The bot stays up.
Idea in towards the next round either. I mean, we've seen a couple of change-ups from PRX, right? We've seen some mounds takes, we've seen some rubble takes, we've seen a spot up through towards B pillars. They are changing it up for a team that we are generally not seeing as adaptable lately. You know, throughout the course of the group stage, they have switched up a bit. Map number 2 and map number 3 now. But
chill, calm down. What's
really
going on in chat?
A single week to recover off of 2 timeouts against DRX and T1 now back into Lotus.
Change up now as well with the shear going over towards the C side of things. Also got something who's going to be playing on the site. If he starts to get peppered by a little bit of utility, could dimensional drift out if needed as well. Stay around the site instead of gate crashing towards the A side of the map that's currently available. Some information though up through mid from the Prowler, nothing too close. And this is where the mid-round decisioning needs to be pretty good for PRX and
so in the end, what we learned is to put something on duel list.
A lot more so.
That's right.
Gotta be clear about what your objective is. Trying to find the spike plant possibly into the A site.
Just noting as well there with the gate crash that comes out from Buzz, he did get blinded either by self or by teammate.
Maybe self, but nonetheless, the spams through from stairs. Forsaken collects onto the first, racks up the second. DV onto the third as well. Jing now coming in with additional assistance. Ooh, around the edges of the smoke. Forsaken.
Sometimes I look
into it as
at
well.
Omen, I thought it's Jing. I get so confused because he literally just played Omen.
And come to love.
You will fear my Omen is Forsaken. Quote that. No, don't quote that. He didn't say that. 6-0.
Yo, 11-0!
They stave off a silly round that could have happened if the pistols were able to get.
Wait a minute, press tab.
But they managed to hold it down.
Holy shit, it's 11-0!
Spam through the walls and such. Just good little crossfires that they come out with.
Okay, bro.
So now is the real test.
Yo, if he has 0 death the entire game, I'm gonna give him $5 million, dude.
Yeah, they have not been pressured enough to be able to utilize them. There may very well be a scenario here where there's 10.
Okay, lock in, chat. Calm down, lock in.
Izu picks up the Viper.
4 PM. Well, tomorrow is 4 PM.
PRX until possibly for Buzz to play spoiler. Opening kill.
And that's important, right? An opening kill for T1 that we've not really been seeing solidified. Immediately though, PRX want to regain some of this control, forcing out the dimensional drift. Forsaken going to be removed as well by Stacks at Rubble. So now 5 versus 3.
No, that is one death.
If they could get more, but Patman to bring one back. Then trade.
What's happening?
And also for something then to play the position around Rubble, but also with a trade from Meteor. This favors T1 as you find Devi alone.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to say anything anymore. Don't press tab.
The C side of things that's kind of been untested a little bit by T1. So seeing that nothing's here, they're going to expect him to be off yonder. And I mean, he can look for some kills here. He's swimming in cash. He can drop a teammate still if needed for Patman, but he'll still be able to buy himself anyways. He can look for some damage here.
See what he can do. He's got a flash. He's got Razor Vines to work off of. You've got Meteor though, trying to play around for the headshot angle. Spots him out, whipping the first shot. Devi able to capitalize.
They're not playing agents that have any damage.
5 million.
Blindside for Buzz and a paranoia for Sylvan.
Maybe, I don't know.
Smoke's coming back in 2 seconds.
All time's ticking away.
The spike is planted for tree. Razor Vines though baits out the flash. He's looking for the tap.
it's okay, it's okay.
Sylvan
Gotta keep the momentum rolling, dude.
Pull out the guns.
Let them have one round. That's it. It's all good.
Able to establish the opener, not being scared to run away with the tail between the legs, sticking around for the fight. But the damage, as I was talking about, right? The fact that byebye manages to come away with another kill in that one there. Ill timing for that one, by the way, with the wall just going up and spotted. Regardless, damage is what I'm talking about, right? It's forcing out
Yo,
a bit
13-6, I'ma
more
time you
of
out,
an
bro.
awkward
The
buy
fuck?
for T1 that they would like, you would expect. So they might have to deploy a couple of the ultimates to offset that from this round. Lots of light shields, for example, with 4 there.
Possibly still another big explosion. PRX, though, pushing all the way out mound. I'm sure the players around Pillar can hear all this.
Yeah, just imagine if Jing was going to be disrespectful and go through for that one, though. This time, change up Vice Utility towards the A site. Going to hold them at bay, but meanwhile, it's a double trajectory lineup for T1. They want B, they also want A, but B is better.
Yeah, that's where Jing will find his mark. Knows
No,
that
no,
there's
no,
another
what's
player
happening?
nearby.
Okay.
Silences him off to the
Breaks
next
off the trees,
three who are still not towards the A site just yet.
If they can get this pit down as Izu, they might be able to hold this one off cleanly.
Rolling Thunder possibly by time. Stacks just trying to get the spike down first. Then you do have something sneaking in on towards Drop. He takes down Stacks.
And they know that he was in there as well. The timing
up, the Boombot might be able to spot even further. Jing then in for the sprays. He catches Buzz. Just Izu left. He might have to cover, but can he really keep himself alive? Petman alongside another player from the back. Izu stuck between a rock and a hard place. Tries to maneuver back in, on, and around. He hears the hops behind. It buys the distraction on over. Poison Cloud's into safety. Off to the wayside, but it's something with the story to come down at the torso.
Sorry.
Nicely done from PRX on that retake. 3 versus 3 scenario, and it's unfortunate that the Viper's pit didn't provide the full protection for Stacks a little bit earlier on. Just caught when it starts to evolve into the server.
PRX.
Really rough there. I'm talking about, you know, trying to navigate something here for T1. They're trying to get into the B site. They're trying to get into the A site. But who thrives?
I'll say something, but I'm gonna wait until this game is over before I say it.
It's the Chaos creators, PRX. You can never expect what they're kind of gonna come out with. Nice one out from the shorty there.
True to the story, true to the prophecy.
7-1.
PRX running the story, the comeback.
T1 to, I don't know, P7 instead of X for 10. I think we get there. Would have been better for me to say
Oh my god!
Dead. Jing, paint shells, working a treat.
Okay.
Then having to back off. They got spotted out towards Pillar as well.
Sure.
PRX still controlling the map.
Yeah, just the pistols though for T1. So if they want to get this round over and done with, they could potentially line up to go a bit quicker.
And that's the tough thing for Stacks to deal with against a team like this. He's always got to be on his toes as to where PRX could be, if they're pushing out or not.
What are you doing on the back of this sheer, though? Buzz has sneakily snuck in towards the A site, very much in so, but you're in the open using that as Meteor. You're not expecting byebye to just dance around the site. He's good for some damage, and now it's all Stacks.
It's not too bad.
Okay, I can
Has
really.
a weapon picked up.
You know
He's
what?
gotten
I
the
don't know.
spike planted, and that's the main thing that they were looking for. So even if he doesn't find
We're
the
so
kills,
back!
something good on the
We're
cleanup.
so back, ball!
But for T1 to get some cash in.
I mean, the fact that that TP comes out from Buzz and it's just kind of already been noted and dealt with as well. Maybe you're thinking towards Meteor on this Teo, just getting caught out by positioning as well, right? We're still looking for him to be learning a little bit on this Agent too.
Alright, yeah, we're okay.
Initial
The winner
stage, Sylvan
will versus Boom
trying
tomorrow.
to step across to dodge all of the choke entry util, but paint shells go over the rubble.
That's just, once again, PRX.
I mean, I'm not jinxing anything, I'm just saying we are doing better than the first map, okay?
You've got a roadblock at
We
every
are
step of the way.
That's it, right? PRX are playing this
than
defensive
the first
side
map.
the way that they kind of should be.
I'm
They're a
done.
little bit more lent towards one side of the map while having your Vice Shield wall protecting some position. You're having Patman with some good Prowler timing, with some good Haunts as well. And byebye is just not overstepping, right? He's helping the team where needed with the Arc Roses. He's trying to buy some time, buy some information. He's now playing this role better as well. So it's looking really good. We're not seeing any scared players on PRX. Like Forsaken's going in for challenges.
We won the first 5-13. Fucking hell, okay.
And this is the defensive side, by the way, where they're running double duelist, right? So imagine what
Team!
they're still going to be able to translate that to on offense, potentially.
Yeah, precisely that. Especially if you're looking at the scoreline right now, 8-1.
Alex
They're
still
going
looks
to
so
continue
stressed.
forward with this, and this just means
I mean,
the
it's not over
pressure
yet.
Continues to
I don't know
mount
what
up on
T1's
the
gonna
backs
pull,
of
but
these T1 players, these storied players. It's a really tough spot for them to be in, and you really look to the coaching staff to help them out in this one.
I mean, we've seen T1 be able to get in
Byebye's
towards
having
these sites to establish a plant, but they've just not been able to protect
I'm pretty sure
it,
after
right?
he did like
An
watch
opening
parties,
kill
he probably know
conversion
how
with
we
the one
feel,
round
no?
that they've
Like
been able to find.
when we have to watch.
You almost think that they need to get
Oh
another
my
opener,
God.
and they just can't.
What
Jing,
the-
very
what is this
successful with
nade?
bait shells yet again.
Again!
Izu will fall too.
And it's the spams that do it all. That's the
I-
darndest thing.
And now you want
Okay.
to go to the C site. Well,
I mean, we'll
the
take it. I'm not
there.
complaining. I'm not
Flash
complaining.
over,
It's
maybe
just
you
that
TP into
I don't know
safety,
how, but it's
still Stack's
working.
not calling full in just yet. The trade's coming over though,
Oh,
thankfully with the
Zion.
salvo. So T1 finding some form of
Holy.
stability, but you still have
Nani
PRX
kore.
hovering nearby.
Stacks and Meteor.
Yeah, wait a minute, 3v2.
It'll buy them enough time, though, to actually
I'll go to use the ult.
talk in how they want to play this post plan.
Will it be enough? Meteor kicks things off with a singular kill. Jing then with a showstopper around the back. They have to react to this really quickly. Rolling Thunder to buy some space, and it does allow them to
Okay,
stay
okay,
alive,
okay,
but
okay,
Meteor
okay, okay,
not able to come up with
alright.
goods.
I thought he
Pink
would
shells
get
plus
one
Stacks
there.
into a certain position where he's
Yes!
able to hold it down with the off angles.
Oh my
but
God.
Batman brings out the shorty.
Well played, Batman.
Right guard at the right
Salamat
time.
po,
Batman
salamat
there to
po.
be able to get that trade when
Oh my
he's
fucking
already
God.
low. A classic
Everybody say thank you,
Slick
Batman.
Potentially could have got it as well, but picking up the shorty, I mean, when
Oh
push
my
comes to
God,
shove,
bro.
from beginning to end, PRX great in the round.
Bro,
A
the
double
nades are
opener. Though I
getting-
will say, coming down to a 1 versus 1 at the end, T1 certainly tried
I'm gonna
to
cry.
negotiate
I'll come back.
some
I'm gonna cry in a
advantage
different
in the
way than the
rounds.
first map, bro.
Stuns. Well, they're cosmetic. The first shot just
I need
comes
shit.
on out, and then ultimately Patman getting that one. It's 9
Oh, I need to take a shit, bro.
to 1 now. Another defuse from PRX. I'm saying T1 can get in these sites. They just can't hold them off.
Exactly.
I don't know
Again,
how the
it
ult didn't
comes
get
down
one
to
there.
these
I
situations.
thought we
It just feels
wouldn't
like
get
utter
one too.
pandemonium all across the map right now. All of a sudden, it's a kill from Davai with an outlaw towards the A site.
Calm down, calm
Jing has to
down.
be careful here that
I
they
understand
don't
the
go too
confidence
far
boost, but
forwards because
calm
this
down.
could get the better of them. So
Let
they
them
will
get
think
anything.
better of it. Disconnect from the situation.
And possibly back into the outlaw again. Davai watched. He's been smoked off though. Great call by Stacks. Hyper defensive. Corralled in towards the A site. Something's nearby.
Yeah, and he does have the dimensional drift, but he was snuck in towards
Whoa.
the sides, just not able to find Izu.
Almost a
Okay, he's 1
90-degree
HP, he's 1
play.
HP.
Yes, Izu, stability for the side of T1. And then for the flashes as well, but Davai just dives right in.
Bro.
Another
Bro.
kill
Oh,
coming
okay,
through,
okay,
and
wait,
someone
wait.
tries to bring things back
1v2.
into T1's favor. Just Jing left, and he gets spotted out by Stacks, climbed onto the
210,
top
it's
of the
okay.
ropes. And it's 2-9.
No, 3-9.
T1 find a round
Ah,
back in.
3-9
Yeah,
feels
better
like
from
it's
T1
still
there, but
losable.
again,
210?
it's just
No
another
way.
Close round where trades are coming through from PRX. They find the
Okay,
opener.
just
I
secure the
thought
last
by
one.
the timing that Davai was going to get another one with the outlaw
welcome
to the
back,
smoke,
Ma.
but T1 get in. They get the round by elimination.
At least 3-9 Komodo would
He's
be too
fully
bad for
blinded,
T1.
man! He's done him dirty like that.
Hey, yo.
And now they're blind as well. I mean, this is what happens when PRX are truly, fully W keying every single round of the way.
And on the defensive side as well, right? They are just not scared. Last round
He's
of the
scared
half
this round.
now.
Whoa.
Take your rubble control.
Yeah, I'm not waiting
force
for that
T1
again.
Back.
Into a lone Davai around C.
Yeah, again, you can
I
play
am dumb.
retake if you want to here. Nightfall, Dimensional Drift, Steel Garden. Very
are
valuable
your veins for the tier
retake
1?
ultimates.
Thank you.
Something's already in position.
Gotta be quick now.
Salvos to launch. T1 looking for space, looking to get the spike down. Davai is just biding his time with his ult.
Yeah, but I think something will have to go in first here. Make sure you're sniffing out who's going to be where for the team.
Oh, every single ult at the same time.
What is
T1
going
just
on?
completely in disarray. They're calling it Mayday. Where do we go? Meanwhile, PRX says there's no return, pushing up front. Every single kill going through to them, and it's just Izu up by Mound. He's getting dinked up. He's low HP. The spike gets defused, and Patman delivers on the final
Ah,
kill.
it's over. It has to be over. There's no way we lose
There's not too much
this.
you can do at the end there when your guns get
There's no way, bro.
removed on the
There's
side
no way,
itself,
right?
when you've
Right,
got
of
the
course.
dimensional drift
Oh, this
of
has to be.
something,
End
getting
it,
all
please
the
end it. I'm
information. The
suffering. My
shots are
aircon
being
is so
collected
cold
by
right now.
PRX. It's PRX,
Please just end it.
it's 10.
Oh, God,
And
please
they
just
are
end it.
looking to send T1 a packing unless during this halftime break there is a different awakening force for T1 to come back.
Unless. My God. Komodo bringing out the Roman numerals now.
No, you guys need
Again,
to trust.
This is a
Trust it,
situation,
bro.
a scenario that we are so
No jinx, no
darn
nothing.
unfamiliar
We
with.
just
Yes,
gotta
T1 has
go
been
all
tested
in, bro.
throughout
What
this
minion,
entire
goddammit.
group stage, the playoffs even against DRX, but not
You
a
invite him. I'll say
2-10.
yes.
Okay, I know that word, but I don't know the top. So I'm going to say T1 fighting.
It's, yes, cheers of
Oh,
encouragement
God.
for T1. They certainly need it right now. Meanwhile,
Oh my
PRX
God.
Sitting on top.
Bro, what is this
back up
roller
towards
coaster, dude?
possible
Like
return
from
to
the
the
first game that we
international
watched
stage. T1
today.
though.
Okay, jokes aside, I thought it was done. Like I was,
a curse breaker for
lost
PaperX
everything on the first map. And I saw whatever the hell we did on the first map. I thought we were cooked.
Certainly
Holy
could
shit! What are we?
mean a lot
What's
more
going
for
on?
PaperX,
I'm
especially
pretty
for
sure
the
a lot of people
upcoming
thought we were
games as well.
dead.
But for T1,
I don't know what the hell is going
again,
on, but I
can you
fucking love
believe
it.
You have to eliminate one of these teams.
Thank God we didn't go full tilt, dude.
Certainly hoping for a lot more.
Holy
The
shit.
Masters Bangkok winner.
And then you've also got, you know, our stage 1.
No, if we win, we don't have to pretend that the first game never happened. Because then we came back in such an insane way, you know?
On the international stage.
If you're thinking about the first Korean team
It's a story.
beat PaperX, it would be T1.
If we win.
Well, now starting things on the defensive
We
side.
will win.
Got some control. They're pushing out the Teo drone as well.
Oh, no, on the first map.
Pistol
Yes, I
rounds,
will.
highlighted it earlier. Both on map 2 went the way of PaperX. They've got the first one here. Can they get the second and pretty much seal the deal with a cherry on top on this map? Izu tagged up by the
I don't know
Sheriff.
if it's a typical warm-up game.
Now forced to play defensive. PaperX quickly corralling over onto the A site. Prowlers out. Izu to play close.
I can't
Every
see.
single player rotating over.
Yeah, a lot of numbers here now for T1 towards this A site. I think PaperX might just have to go patient a little bit here. The timing and the smoke, Meteor on the salvos.
Trailing off for the mid-round call, but they're hovering in towards Link. Meanwhile, you got Lurks, Divide hiding inside a tree.
The thing is, PaperX are already in front of this Viper util. So Izu
just
doesn't
need to
have
go
to worry about
pistols
the wall
roll.
now. He just needs to watch the angles on
Yeah,
the site.
pistols,
with
I say
Buzz.
GG's right now.
That's exactly what he's trying to do. Quick on the wide swing, takes out Divide, takes out another player. It's something gone. Forsaken, though, able to bring things back into normalcy.
Plant going down, Meteor eventually salvos back online. Fault line for Stacks as well, but the push up from Jing finding more damage.
Insane wallbangs as well, down to the tags. Patman finding
the
out
hell
the
is
shot
it?
from the back
Okay.
and Jing in for the double kill. The pistol
We win!
round
It's over!
has been picked
Oh
up
my
in the
God, see you guys
second half.
tomorrow!
It's 11-2
Nah,
Komodo.
we're done,
Things go
we're
from
done,
bad
we're
to
done.
worse now if you are a T1 fan or T1 themselves in the server here. The pistol round.
Oh, wait, I just did. It's over.
again by
We win.
PaperX.
I'll see you guys
It's
tomorrow at 4
11-2.
p.m.
You'd have to
Shut up.
see
No,
the
you shut
force
up. You shut up.
essentially to keep
No
them off
faith,
12,
no
keep
trust
them
in
off
my team.
series point,
I
and
trust
I'm
my own team.
Passing it back to
Sakuma
what we
deku desu ne.
said at the end of map number 2.
Cocky, I'm cocky.
We had a 13-3, we had a 13-4. Surely we get a
I
map
trust my
3
team.
that's
You
going to
guys
be
are
close,
doctors.
right? Right now, different universes.
What in the world is this script? The wheels are coming off of T1 right now, but they're trying to bring things back in together. You got Sheriffs, you got Stingers, and they're all positioned up towards
Yada,
B,
yada,
C.
yada, yada.
Pushed out from C-mount. TP's into safety. PaperX, they're happy with the info that they've gained.
Yeah, if you're toying with rotations, you're toying with ideas, you've got a lot of space to be able to do that as well with the 11-2. You've just spotted out Meteor at the front of B, and you know that you've lost a bit of control over at C. So how favored do you feel going towards, well, the other side in A?
Yes, we can,
Slow and
Tony.
steady.
We are back from whatever the hell we've been through today.
They will
We are
eliminate
so
the first
fucking
threat in the
back.
form of Meteor. Izu as well as Buzz, Stacks as well, still hovering
I guess
around
we
their
just
ways.
ban
That
Fracture?
paranoia just to block things off.
I
Buzz has
don't
to
even
TP
know.
out.
And Stacks has no idea. No idea that Jing's already got up there.
Open B side as well. Spike getting planted soon enough. Izu still trapped.
How far forward does Jing go?
Still
Okay.
hovering around stair. He does spot out the next one. Buzz then coming back in. Because Jing has pushed out so far in front then, Buzz has to play it safe. He's got the share. He will find the shot, but he's got 3 more hostiles to deal with.
Altogether.
Trying to sling out the shots now, but the gunslinger on the other side, Defy, puts PaperX up
over
to map
now.
and series point.
Big Time said it was PaperX's time. It was not copium. It was
Bro,
a
I
real
still don't
belief.
understand how YouTube can
You better
retract your
bloody be
message.
believing right now, folks. 12-2. You would need to see an absolute change of affairs here on Lotus from T1
See you
to
guys
get back into
tomorrow.
this one. Will the next
Okay.
rounds provide us something a
T1,
little
sorry,
bit different for
it's
them
just
on
that you've
this
gone
defensive
against
side?
PRX,
However,
so I
you
can't
look
see much.
towards
Normally,
them,
I would support
and,
T1 in any other
attacking
scenario.
side of this
Chibar,
map
but
for,
this time, I'm
Lotus
sorry,
for
man.
them. I mean, yeah, so defense also, yeah, so I don't know.
Really?
Make work of that one.
Oh, the
But
fuck?
it's just going to be
Okay.
something quickly sending them to their doom. Another kill as Forsaken opens up the C side. This might be it, Komodo.
Oh, the hell?
It's Jake diving straight
what
in.
the hell is
He
going
knows
on?
it's almost over.
Absolutely Goomba stomped on him.
Goombas.
100%
Oh my god,
Stacks.
chat. What a
How do you
comeback,
work your way
bro!
around this 1v5?
I would have FF all the other maps if I ever played like that first map, dude. I'm gonna just give up, but...
Two flashes
PRX,
and an
your mental is
aftershock
up there,
and
bro.
5 PRX players
Holy shit.
to kill.
What a game.
Look
What
at
a
the
damn
positions they're holding
series.
as well. He hears them coming out from the back. He turns back all
You
around. They're
win!
going He's outside! Cuts him at his throat, and PRX end this out. Final
that's
score, 13-2.
disrespectful, but okay, fair
They've
enough.
been going up and down, but here they are in playoffs.
Jesus
and track
Christ.
by track, PRX are not done yet.
They are honking the horn of that train, mate. 13-3 map number 1 on Fracture
See you
for
tomorrow.
T1, but it's an absolutely
See you
commanding reverse sweep
tomorrow.
for PRX. 13-4 into 13-2. That is the
3-13,
most commanding victory they
4-13,
have
and
had
what the
on
hell was
map
this?
through this whole year.
What is this
39,
series?
7,
It's
10,
like so
7,
one-sided, you know what I mean?
30-2 against the
I
Masters
don't,
that is
oh
in
my
T1.
God, bro.
Are you bloody joking?
You'd have to be. You
We
can't
won!
imagine this
Bangkok!
scoreline. You have to
Masters,
watch
we
the
are!
entire
West
series.
today.
You wouldn't have been expecting
Sunrise.
this
Hey,
looking
yo.
at the first match results. But PRX have done it.
Thank
and
you,
they turned
thank you,
this
thank you.
entire situation around. What
Wait,
a
wait.
triumphant win
Oh.
for the Dinos themselves. Meanwhile, for T1, though,
Stop
your
talking
heart
about dinosaur
goes
extincting
out to
now,
them.
chat.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anyone who's
We're
predicted
done,
this
we're done,
playoff
we're done,
bracket
we're
so far
so
with
done.
100%
Oh my balls.
certainty, What
Okay.
have you been blessed with?
Jesus Christ.
I would say we have had some unexpected results and
Why?
maybe a little bit more unexpected
How?
than
I
the
don't
score
understand.
lines in
I don't know
the
how,
server
but I fucking
itself
love it.
because PRX looked absolutely flat on
3-13,
Fracture. Don't get me wrong, but they
3-13,
turned it around. They
4-13.
forgot about that
And
one.
this.
Something stepped up. Jin stepped up. I mean, everyone stepped up on
You know
that
what we
roster.
learned from this
That
PRX?
just means so much to their mentality
Please
as well. We'll
put
take a look
something
with how PRX
on
are feeling
duel
on the
list.
stage as we toss it to Jen over
Fuck
with
the brimstone.
victory interview.
Get that out. Just put him on duel list. I don't care if it's the one that has the knives. I don't care if it's the one that can TP. Just put him on duel list, bro.
Winners of tonight Forsaken. Here
Please.
you go. I'm gonna
Thank
need
you.
up over
Appreciate it.
here. 네,
Unless you're-
페이퍼렉스의
unless
선수 만나보도록
something just
하겠습니다.
really wants to play
축하드립니다.
Brimstone? I don't know what went
아까
behind
경기
it.
끝나고 다바이 선수가
Unless he
페이퍼렉스
really wants to play
돌아왔다라고 얘기를 했는데 약간의 정체기가
GG's.
있었지만 이겨내고 폼을
Tony, thank you for the.
복구하고
How much is that? $100,000 in what currency? You know what? USD. Thank you for the $100,000, Tony.
Just after you guys finished up the match, I heard Dabai saying, "Oh, we're back, we're back." Do you
It's in
feel like you guys
USD.
are back? How
I'ma
are we
just
feeling
cope.
about
Thank
how
you,
the
Tony.
team performed today?
Thank you.
I mean, we perform good, and as well in the practice, we've been like practicing a lot. We've been putting a lot of hard work in our practice. So I guess the result is here. The result is here, and
Oh my
yeah, we're
days,
gonna keep practicing.
It's about $4.
진짜
No, it's
너무
not. It's
기분이 좋고
$100,000.
확실히 이렇게 팀의 폼이 올라오는 것 같고 그동안 연습을 굉장히 열심히
Oh
했기
my
때문에 그
days.
부분이 오늘 결과로
No,
나온 것
that's
같아서 너무
$100,000.
기쁘다고 얘기를
Can't tell me
하는데요.
otherwise.
말씀해주신 것처럼 좀 열심히 연습을
I
했을
believe,
텐데
I believe it's
2주간의
fine.
시간 동안 어떤 부분에 집중했는지도 물어보고 싶네요. So you guys practiced and practiced, worked really hard, right?
Wait, can I watch a
What did
replay
you
of a?
specifically work
It's on YouTube.
You know?
I mean,
I
since
streamed it on
February is,
YouTube,
like,
so
new
it should
to
be
us,
appearing as a
and
VOD
I think
on
we
YouTube.
need a little bit of time to adjust with our playstyle and stuff. But yeah, I think I trust him on that, and we just practicing on like
how the
I would say maybe
Boomy
last time we had
Sports.
pro issue, right? But now
My voice is cracking.
maybe we will
Boomy
take a
Sports
bit on
tomorrow,
some men,
chat.
you know? Maybe
First game
to
of the
team
day.
Fracture again.
fuck fracture.
Yeah.
Okay. 팬맨 선수가
No, fuck fracture,
팀에
fuck fracture.
적응하는
No,
게
please,
먼저
no fracture, bro.
득점이었고,
That
그리고
fuck that
뭐
map.
워낙 팀원들 모두 팬맨 선수를 믿고 있기
Either
때문에
there or we change up our comp.
연습을
I don't know, bro.
어떻게 팀워크를 끌어올리느냐가 문제였고 그리고
Ban
그 부분을
fracture.
굉장히 열심히 연습해서 채워 넣었다고 얘기를
Nope.
하면서 그리고
That's a
지난번까지는
nope.
약간의 역할이 겹치는 그런 이슈들이 있었는데
Or maybe it's just
이제
against
루틴들을 어느
T1.
정도
Maybe if we go up against
다른
Boomy Sports in
맵에서는
fracture, maybe we're
조금
better there. I don't know.
손봐야 할 부분도
Could be,
있고
maybe, I
확실히
don't know.
교통 정리를 해야 할 부분이 있는데 프랙처도 그중 하나가 아닐까라고 얘기를 하는데요. 이어서 이 프랙처에서 굉장히 큰 변화를 도입했는데
It's glowing.
이건 또 어떤 과정이 있었는지도 물어보고 싶네요. Speaking of fracture, major changes to that map, right? I don't know. We might see more coming into the future, but can you talk to us about why you guys made those changes?
Because we were thinking like, actually, I think we're just good at double duelists, and even in practice, I think we wreck a lot of teams with this comp, but somehow in tournament it feels different. But yeah, anyway, it is what it is. Yeah.
확실히 페이퍼렉스는 투 타격대가
Yeah,
맞다라는
DRX.
생각과 함께
Let's go through
연습과
boom spots
스크림에서
first.
상당히 이
Go to
조합으로
Toronto
많이
now? Not yet. We
승리를
still have to
했기
win.
때문에 좋았는데
Few more.
이상하게 좀 오늘
So
무대에서는
we're playing
잘 나온
tomorrow
것 같지
again.
않아서 다시 한번 생각을 해보든지 아니면 비디오를 돌려보면서 재고를 해봐야 될 것 같다고 얘기를 하는데요. 그리고 이어서 내일 붐을 만나게 됩니다. 사실 지난번 만났을 때보다 훨씬 더 성장한 모습을 보여주고 있는 붐인데 내일 경기
Against
어떻게
Boom Esports,
예상하는지 마지막으로 물어보겠습니다. Next up is Boom tomorrow. They've grown so much since kickoff and since
They did.
the
They
last
really
time you
did.
guys
God
faced
damn it.
them. So, any thoughts on that upcoming matchup?
I guess it's gonna be our second revenge match after T1, so I'm kind of excited into it. But
That's
I'm
true.
just gonna having fun and trust my teammate. Yeah.
2025,
그래도
the
내일이
first
이제
match
페이퍼렉스의
PRX
두
played was
번째
against
복수전이
T1 and we
되지
lost.
않을까라고 얘기를 하면서 오늘
But we win
T1한테
now.
복수를 했으니까 내일 붐한테 복수하는 걸
Win
목표로
now.
하고 있고 그래도 열심히 하면서
Thank
재밌는
you.
경기
Thank you for the 10
치렀으면 좋을 것
gifters.
같다고 얘기했습니다.
Thank
이렇게
you.
해서 포세이큰 선수 만나봤습니다. Thank you,
Thank you.
Jason.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
And good night to you all.
Holy shit, PRX! What the fuck is that roller coaster? Was the first map really needed? Jesus Christ! All right. Let me. Okay, YouTubers. For those of you watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. I'm gonna save this as a VOD. I'll just be on Twitch now. Thank you so much for watching on YouTube. Thank you for all the new members as well. It's a new thing. I have no idea what exactly I'm doing with that, but I'll figure it out. Fucking Lucha. Thank you for watching. Thank you, YouTubers. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Watch party. All right. Bye bye. Have a great night or a morning. You know what? I don't know what time it is, but good night. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.